Ha ha. Yes, I am first. You all shall bow before my greatness.
Yo, hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day, or in my case, a great night, and today we are going to be reacting to a couple of videos with Nim. I'm going to go and call her in a second, but most of these the videos were picked up by Choir conveniently. Hi Choir, thank you for being first, I appreciate it. But the channel itself was recommended by like a whole bunch of people in the comments for YouTube, which I was kind of surprised because I feel like the true crime videos do really well, which I guess it's understandable because a lot of I don't know what the craze is about it like lately, like but so many streamers are like latching on to true crime, which I guess I understand like it's a learning experience, but either way, I guess if we learn something from it, you know, it's doing its purpose. But yeah, we're going to watch two videos. Well, technically, we'll see what happens. I feel like we might watch the third one as well. But the third one was just recommended off of the crime section in the Discord server. Yeah, I don't wanna hold up anymore. So we're just gonna get this started as soon as possible. Let me um bring you guys over here in a second. And this. Okay. Alright, hopefully we're all set. Hello!
Hello.
Yay! How are you?
I'm good.
I'm glad. It's been a while since we did this. It's gonna be fun. Okay,
Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yep, I got you. I can hear you. Yeah, already? We haven't even done anything yet, Choir. Yeah. That's for team time now? Alright. Okay, so I
Hmm.
haven't actually watched any videos from this streamer or this YouTuber before. Have you heard of this YouTuber before? Yeah? I can't even remember what the name was. I know it had something to do with donut. Yeah, that's all I could remember. Yeah,
Donut operator, I think.
yeah, donut operator. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I have no clue, but like on our like first couple um of like reactions when we used to do this like and then also like date with death. So many people like recommended this. Yeah. And by so many people, I mean like maybe like 3 or 4 people. That's a lot to me. Yeah. So I feel like we had to check it out. Yeah. Oh well, now I can't hear
Yeah,
you. Oh, there you
definitely.
go. That works. Yeah. The Discord thing like activated, and then I
Oh,
didn't hear
you can't hear
anything,
me?
but I can hear you now. Yeah. It was so weird.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're good. We're good now. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So this one, the first one is car thief rams cop and gets
Okay, good. Yeah, I was
titillated.
having a
Yeah. You were having a what? Yeah. Oh yeah.
um. Yeah, I think I'm cutting out because whenever I talk, it's like you're talking over me. So.
Oh no. Yeah. Is it because of the connection or is it Discord? Yeah.
It. Uh. I can leave and try to rejoin. It
Mm-hmm.
might also be my internet connection.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. We could do that. Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to rejoin.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Kisero, how are you, Nya? And Sal, how are you? Yeah. Um, almost spent 3 hours on our Minecraft server, Nya. Oh, are you still building your house? Yeah, I know, I am. Yeah, I really need to like. Well, I would love if I could log on to the server like while I'm taking care of my grandma, Nya. Cause like I'm just looking for more stuff to do, Nya. But sadly, I don't think my dinky little HP laptop can handle Minecraft, yeah, especially our server, yeah. Oh, your Discord crashed, yeah. Oh no, yeah. No. It's kind of funny because I don't think you went anywhere on my screen, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're back.
Am I back?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, good.
Hopefully it's
Oh
all
my
right.
gosh.
Yeah. All right.
If it's only on my side, I'll just you're the one streaming it. So
Mm-mm-mm.
it's okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Um, it also seems like these videos are very short, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, all right, first video, let's go. Yeah.
50 to the squad, central strong, we're wiping out. Hold
Yeah.
Oh,
Everyone, Donut here. Welcome back to another
Jeez,
video.
yeah.
I hope you enjoyed the last one where that sniper did the thing that snipers do, and it was not a bad watch. You may have been sitting around today thinking about what car windshields would look like sprayed with bullets. And if you were, this is the video for you.
I wasn't,
don't know
but
what's
okay,
been going
Neil.
on this month with officers just Swiss cheesing their front windshields or the front windshields of other cars, but there sure are a lot of well-ventilated cars showing up to shops recently, courtesy of your local police department. But before we go spill the breeze in our hair, we gotta have a quick word from our sponsor, Watcher of Realms. Give you more. That's what
We're not sponsored, yeah, or at least I'm not, yeah. So we're gonna skip this, yeah.
Must-
Before we get into officers giving out free air conditioning, we got a little video. Out of
Officers
Yuma,
giving out free
Arizona,
air
April
conditioning,
12th,
yeah.
2024, 7:10 a.m. Police received
Arizona,
a call
yeah.
where people are saying a man in their neighborhood is walking around with a knife making threats. We never see those calls, ever. Those calls rarely happen, except for, I don't know, what, the last, 7 videos I did. I don't know why dudes are just walking around holding knives now. Threatening people. They are not nice guys.
It looks
Absolutely
all right
not,
to
yeah.
me.
Yes, I need an officer as soon as possible. the neighbor that's behind me, he's throwing death threats to me and my husband and to our dog.
What the
Okay, and is
heck?
he
Not the
just yelling at
dog.
the fence, or what is he doing?
You know?
Over the fence, and then he also has I don't know, a knife or a piece of broken glass or something. I don't know. He's crazy. You guys have dealt with him before.
Turns out this guy is just a little bit mad about a neighbor doing some home renovations. Things just happen to get a little intense, a little out of control. So when officers arrive on scene, they see this. God damn, that's a big old knife. That's a big old chef's blade. Chef's blades are normally very sharp. Even with the suspect armed, officers try and de-escalate the situation the best that they can.
Hey, Steve. What's up? Hey, can you go ahead, put those knives down real quick? Nah, bro, I'm good. Nah, hey, we just want to talk to you, right? But I'm not going to talk
Oh my
to you
god,
about-
what the heck? This is in April, yeah. This is recent, yeah.
Get into my house now.
Can we speak for a few
No, you
minutes?
can't. This is a Yakuza Black-Nosed Pitbull. Get away now for your warning and your safety.
Let's
There are
pause.
people in my house. Get in the house.
What?
And
Dude,
this one right here.
All right, can you put the
You
knives
have
down?
a gun? Use it, please.
Look, dude, we just want to talk to you, man.
Don't chase after me. I did nothing wrong.
Oh, can you tell us what's going on, man?
No, I can't tell you shit. You don't even know who the fuck I am. Get the fuck out of here.
The suspect continues to walk away from officers, which really isn't the best thing you should do. What if he just dropped the knife and said, yeah, I got a little mad, I f***ed up. But instead, he threatened to kill the officers several times.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
And we've seen this
Absolutely
a lot. Knife versus gun. Who usually wins in those
The editing is
situations?
amazing.
Stop following me.
Dude. Steve, we just want
Why are
to
you chasing me? You're not detaining me, motherfucker. You'll die.
All right,
Oh
dude.
my god.
Bro, we just want to talk to you, all right? Steve.
And I do have to say, there is no situation in life where a black lab will not just try to enjoy life, even if being taken on the worst walk ever. But back to the video.
Yo.
Officers try to de-escalate the situation. They talk to the suspect.
dog.
And finally,
Yeah,
they've
I was
had
literally
enough,
just
and
about
they
to
try
say,
take the suspect
this
down.
guy is
Just to
taking
detain him.
all of my lines right now. I was literally about to say, look at the dog.
Taser down.
Okay,
Put your fucking taser down.
Dude,
I was scared for that.
you're detained. We're not letting you walk away,
Me
man.
too. Like when it started running up, I was like, oh my god, because it was saying that it was he was threatening the dogs too, Neo. Oh boy. I mean, at least the dog's okay, Neo.
You stop right
now.
there.
Dude, drop the knife.
That will be done on this day. Give us a stay or daily prayer. Give us our trust.
Dude, we just want to talk with you. I got non-lethal.
Lyrics me one man.
Steven, stop walking away from us.
President of the United States and the world.
What?
Check that right now. Check that right now. No use.
What?
Steven, stop.
What am I gonna do?
We just want to know what's going on.
You can't
All right,
tase me.
put the knives down.
No, conversation
Drop.
here.
Steve, we're just trying to figure out what
In
happened.
my house. Why aren't you apprehending the thief?
I just found your place under arrest, man. Drop that knife, you're under arrest.
You're not putting me under arrest, bitch.
Steven. Dude,
Yeah, you do, bitch. You just hurt me. Hurt them. You have more cartridges? I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pause this. So far, everything that's happening in this video is fair. Like, I feel like they're giving him a lot of chances. They're not even like pressing him. They're so far away. They're still doing their job, right? They're still following the dude, but like, they're being very respectable. And man, I wasn't paying attention to the timings, but like, of when the body cam started and where we are at now. But the sun is set, I believe. So they've been trying to talk to this dude for quite a little bit. But yeah, I feel like everything that's happening right now is fine. Anything else you wanna add in before I play?
Can you not hear me?
No, I didn't. I wasn't able to hear you.
Oh, okay. Dang. Okay. No, I was just gonna say that, yeah.
It cut out again. No.
And
It's like every time you're about to say something, it cuts off.
I'm worried about the dog.
Oh yeah, same. That dog is running around in circles, like perfectly fine, like all happy, like. Ooh, yeah, I'm scared. I'm a little scared. Not gonna lie. Okay, I'll play the vid.
Oh, wow. A taser wasn't effective? Who could have synced that?
I'll get you, bitch.
Oh damn!
Get on the ground.
So now our suspect,
What was
feeling a little bit
that?
empowered, runs from officers and things kind of escalate from there.
Steven.
Oh dang, nice. Sorry, that was
10
just
out
really
of
nice.
10 fence jumping from that officer, by the way. Little shit
Right?
this
No,
time.
for real.
Officers chase the suspect a little bit down the way, but the suspect runs out of breath. And
I
the
think this guy has
officers
the
try
same
to taser
humor as
again.
I.
Yeah, I can't see my red dot. Stop!
Be careful, doggo.
Not even hurting anyone.
Hey, stop! Shots fired. Hey, hold up.
As you can see, the officers did hit the suspect with the
Oh,
taser. They moved
shoot.
in, but it wasn't effective for long enough. Let's see another angle.
Just stop it. Stop.
Not even hurting anyone.
Okay.
Stop it.
Oh, so they actually did shoot him.
Seeing as how close officers are to the suspect, that's going to tighten a butthole or two, so shots were fired. Here's the body camera footage from the officer who is closest to the suspect. You can kind of see how dangerous of a situation this was.
Not even hurting anyone.
But I feel like they. Oh, whoa. Whoa.
Did you see that at the end there?
Yeah,
Not
what the
only
hell?
did this dude have a knife, he also had some type of 300 Spartan spear.
Is
there.
that?
What in the even is that? Who
Oh
carries
my
that?
God.
No idea. What we do know is that a man threatened to kill his neighbors, police officers, and a dog, then lunged at a cop and ended up with
Hardcore.
14 new holes in his
Hey,
body.
kids.
From what reports say, the suspect is actually still alive,
In a shocking upset. I feel shocked.
receiving medical care and hasn't died yet. The family of the man, on the other hand, is pretty upset. They said officers responded too harshly, but let me know what you think in the
Absolutely
comments
not.
below. Maybe he should have been given 24 more chances. I have no idea. Calm, rational discussion right down there. Next video, San Diego, California.
Hold on. Pause. They don't shoot unless their life is actually feeling like threatened. That was completely fair, and because of how close they were, I don't even know what that thing that he had in his hand. To be completely honest with you, I've never seen that before in my life. It looked like a mixture of like a freaking, I don't even know. Like, man, I don't even know I don't even know how to explain it. I've never seen anything like that before. Partially by ass, he could have got shot if these were different cops. Honestly, yeah, he could have gotten roughed up way more if we were probably in a different place in the States, or just even like a different officers that day. But those officers were being so nice, so lenient, and they did everything right. 10 out of 10. We don't have any dumb officers yet so far. There are some, but not yet. Like all these are recent too. It's really cool.
May 20th, 2024, 10:28 a.m. San Diego police responded to a reported robbery at a store where the suspect pulled a knife on the store clerk. Officers quickly found the suspect walking through a parking lot where they confront him. As you can see there, the suspect sees the officers and then pulls the knife out again. I don't know why people keep pulling out knives on officers. As per usual, as you see in some of my videos,
Like,
the
what do
suspect
you
does
think
not
they're
comply with the
getting through with
officers,
this? Like,
drop the knife and
how
surrender.
do
You
they
wanna go
actually
home
think they're
or
getting
do you
away
wanna
with
go to
this?
jail?
Oh,
Go home, Jake.
I think Nim
Or, you know,
disappeared.
do a
Wait, hold on.
lucky and end up in forever.
Hold on. I'm so sorry. I think I'm just gonna have to watch. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Honestly, it's okay. I'm glad that the video itself isn't like lagging, or the stream isn't lagging. What is a knife going to do, bro? Well, it's more also just like, I don't know, cause alright, so when it comes to me watching true crime videos like this and stuff like that, yes, I'm trying to learn, like, I guess what police officers would do in that exact moment, how they would handle these certain, I guess, scenarios. But I also try to put my brain, like, in the shoes of, I guess, the people doing these crimes. Just like, what would make you do this? Like, what was going through your brain? And you're stealing. You're literally stealing. I feel like you're stealing and you got caught. You're stealing and you got caught, and you're pulling a knife. Not even get caught. I mean, hold on. Okay, you stole, and then you pulled the knife on the store owner. So you didn't get caught. You just did it. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, it's weird. It's totally weird. I don't understand. And then when a police officer or authorities come around, you're gonna use that same tactic. Like, you do understand that if you hurt or kill an officer, and in the worst terms, it's not getting any better for you. I feel like stealing from a store, although, I mean, I am a thief VTuber, but you know, just keep that in mind. But calm down. Stealing is just like literally it's a penny crime. I want to say it's a penny crime, honestly, and it doesn't need to escalate to the point where we're pulling knives or weapons on people. It just doesn't need to happen. Anyways,
take that
continuing.
long nap. Foreshadowing.
I never would have guessed.
As we saw in our last video, officers pursue the suspect with the knife. They deploy a taser, and this is what happens.
Drop the knife now! You will be shot!
Also, I kind of want to know what store this was.
Hey, what do you got, taser?
First taser deployment. Okay. Did they miss?
Taser. Hey, what's up?
What are you doing? What are you doing? He's responding with, hey, what's up? What's up? Like, in normal terms, that's like, obviously, if you're not being backdoored into a corner with police officers, with authorities, people who say that, like, are trying to fight. Like, they're posting up. They're like, yo, what's up? What's good? What's poppin'? This guy's running away. And understandably so, like, they're holding tasers to his face and all. But this looks very pathetic. I'm not gonna lie. He's trying to make himself look so cool right now. It's just not working out. It's just not working out for him. It's kind of embarrassing.
I think taking a wet towel off of the ground and throwing it at the suspect would have had more of an effect than that. I'm starting to think we do like the Japanese do, and we have like fishing nets. We just shoot a fishing net at people. Or unlike the Japanese, we pull our guns out and shoot them.
I will make you fishers and men.
What is this video? What?
You can't really go 10 feet without running into a homeless encampment or a pile of shit or some dirty
Hang on, I'm
needles.
probably going to
California.
butcher
And
this
that's exactly
name.
what the suspect did.
Is
He
it
ran into a homeless
Jonas?
encampment.
Jonas?
Able running southbound.
Maybe.
Along
But hello, welcome in.
out toward Friars.
The side of the road is no
How
longer
are you?
running southbound towards Friars.
And for the vehicle is no longer in the intersection.
Able, give me the air. He's southbound. He just ran down that little dirt hill under the bridge there. He's still southbound under Friars. Or at Friars.
I hope that the other officer, okay, there's two right now. I hope whoever else was there got into the car and is going to, like,
Our suspect
intersect.
runs into the homeless encampment, and what's the smartest thing you can do, as we've seen in the past couple videos too? I feel like history is repeating itself. You take someone hostage. That is the smartest thing to do when a bunch of police officers
No,
are
not the
chasing
bike,
you.
dude. Please, not the bike, dude. No!
What the f*** are you doing? Is this a joke?
I feel kind of bad for the hostage there. He's asking if this is a joke. Am I being...
Yet again, this is literally a guy who stole something from a store. Okay, I don't know what store it is, but that doesn't make it right. And he's doing this. This is literally uncalled for. This is... I don't understand why you would do this. That poor guy is just minding his own business with his 2 dogs, which look absolutely adorable in their little vests, and it's just living life, trying to make it by. And this guy comes up, rolls up with the knife. Like what the heck? Hold on, let me scroll up. Jonas McGee, dude's like the Jonas Brothers, except McGee also Jonas Brothers low blow. What do you mean? It makes great songs as a compliment. Jonas Brothers are nice. I like Jonas Brothers. I would take it as a compliment. Hostage situation. Unbelievable.
Punked right now? No, you're in a homeless encampment and someone is holding a knife to you. Seems like that
unbelievable
wouldn't be a joke.
You just got pranked, bro.
Yeah, it's one of those jokes where someone might just get stabbed to death. This
I shouldn't laugh at that.
A little bit sadder.
But
What are you doing? I'm on a Facebook video with my phone. What the hell are you doing?
Get him, dogs! Get him, dogs!
You don't fucking take people hostage who are on the phone with their mom.
No.
You don't take people hostage in general, but that's extra cruel. But luckily, the dude's dogs and officers had something to say about that.
Yeah, get him.
What the hell are you doing?
Hey, back away, back away, back away, back away. Drop the knife. Back up.
And there we have it. Suspect went to stab the hostage, and the officers responded in kind. Like I said, even the dogs responded. Take a look at this. Here's the knife from the suspect's hand. Ain't quite a chef's blade like the last shooting, but that's still...
Okay. Yeah, it's not doing the amount of damage that whatever the fuck that other guy had in his hand. But knives are nothing to play with. So I shouldn't really say anything. Why would you do this? I just really don't understand. I really don't understand.
Still a dangerous ass knife. It will kill people.
It will kill.
Officers and EMS rendered aid, but the suspect did not survive the incident. And for our final video today, that's right, we have 3 videos today. We're gonna learn that if you try to kill an
he didn't
officer with
survive?
your car, your windshield is not going to save you. The majority of
As in suspect, he doesn't mean like the... Oh, damn. What the fuck? Shit, that's insane. Hold on. I'm scrolling up again. I'm missing a lot. OMG, Papa Franku? Hey, yo, we're naming the hostage. Pinkman Frank's Frank. Man, got a whole lot of ducks in that area. A lot of quacks. A lot of censoring. Certainly a steak knife with a blunt edge. Yeah, the only way I could see that actually like really doing some damage is if you're literally like getting to the point where you're so close you are sawing at the person. You know what I mean? Turn right into the bullet. I will kill. You kill it, or it will kill. I mean, yeah, it will kill. I kind of forget I have that emote sometimes. Didn't you see how many times he got shot? Oh, that was him getting shot. Oh shit! I didn't even like put 2 and 2 together with the blurring out. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. My bad. Totally makes sense. But does it taco? What? What? Okay, I'm gonna continue now.
Those are not bulletproof. This video takes us to South Beloit, Illinois, March 16th, 2024, 9
oh no, the
Officers are making
YouTuber.
a traffic
Oh,
stop
okay,
and they realize
gotcha.
the man in the passenger seat. This guy has 2 warrants out for his arrest. What are those warrants for, you might ask? Hold on, I gotta read my script on this one, guys. This is a long one. Holy shit. Armed robbery, aggravated robbery, burglary, 2 counts of aggravated unlawful use of a weapon, and unlawful possession of a handgun. Basically, what that means is he's made a career of robbing gas stations and has been getting away with it for a little bit.
What the heck?
Thrill seeker liquor store holdups with a born to lose tattoo on my chest.
Not anymore. The officer conducting the traffic stop realizes who this person is, so he sits around and waits for backup. You know, you don't want to go barging in there by yourself and be like, get out of the f***ing car, I know you got a gun. I know you've been robbing gas stations. No, you calmly wait for backup, and then you get 2, 3, 4, 5 officers and make sure everything's safe. Once
Absolutely
the other
correct.
officers arrive on scene, though, the suspect refuses to get out of the vehicle, which what
Of
have we
course.
learned? Pennsylvania versus Mims says when the nice police officer asks you to get out of the car, you got to get out of the f***ing car. Not only did he refuse to get out of the car, he tells the driver, nice young lady there, slam on the gas. And she actually listens to him and slams on the gas, almost killing one officer. The car speeds off and one officer fires his service weapon, hitting the female driver in the leg, which causes her to crash. This is where we come into the footage. The suspect in the passenger seat with the warrants runs into a nearby bar. And the first person that he sees in the bar, he holds them at knife point and demands their car keys. Police eventually find the stolen vehicle with the suspect in it and continue their pursuit until they get an opportunity to stop the suspect.
Wow. Oh, this is the beginning scene that we saw earlier. Okay. Also, I forgot, where are we right now? Location-wise?
Eastbound strong, eastbound strong.
Nice. Okay, 1 ram. 2. Oh, whoa. All right.
Can we have one more look at this beautiful pit from this camera?
Yep, we just 1050 to the squad. Central and strong. We're wiping out.
Yeah, that was well done. Oh, man.
Now, what we couldn't see is this officer trying to get out of his vehicle during all of this, and our suspect trying to ram the officer.
Okay. Oh, shit! Oh, that's where all the ducks were coming from? Okay.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a police-issued air conditioner for you. Vehicles are deadly weapons, but officers have deadly weapons too. Let's just take another look at the suspect trying to ram the officer here.
If you suffer any of these side effects, contact your doctor immediately. Comedy sketch channel. Oh. Look, it's going wow.
And what do you do after making a new door on your vehicle? You gotta use it.
Wow.
It might have been hard to tell, but the suspect was hit during that exchange. And
of
later
course they
succumbed
were.
to his injuries. There was an investigation by the local district attorney, but the officers were cleared of any wrongdoing and returned to their duties. I don't know why he was still walking around on the streets after committing so many f***ing crimes that he was wanted for. But here we are. Check out pepperbox.tv, the new streaming service that my friends and I have set up for ourselves.
Oh boy, okay. And I think that's the end of this video, but holy cow. Okay, so you know what? I kind of like this guy. First time seeing Donut Operator, I think that's what his name is. Honestly, I really like this guy. One, because I feel like the other videos that we've always watched when we react to these type of videos are like, I don't know how to word it, but how do I word it? Well, to state the obvious, this guy really does point out all of the stops, so I don't really have to do it. But also puts it in very simple terms and cites the facts too, which I really like. Also, I tend to find a lot of these with irritating cops at some point. There's a lot of videos that we have reacted to with very either irritating cops or irritating people in the video in general, but they also make it kind of funny. So I don't know if I kind of like how chill, well not chill, but like how I don't even know how to explain that even. But just know I like this dude, all right? These ducks are hungry. They be quacking. Yeah, they just hungry. They's hungry. Sid was saying shots fired like he was playing Fortnite. I mean, you gotta. That police officer literally crawled through broke. Yeah, no, I was literally about to say that was so freaking bold because I mean, I guess they've been chasing this guy for a while, right? Because they were waiting for, one, a good opportunity to be able to, like, contain him in the way that they did. I can't remember what it's called, like the pit. So other people wouldn't get injured or involved. The thing is, I am really concerned about the person that was driving the car, because it wasn't him, right? It was the lady that crashed the car. No, I'm sorry, that was before. A lady crashed the car before, then he got out of the car and threatened another person to steal their car keys. That's where we are. Sorry, just had to put that all into a little thing. But yeah, crazy, absolutely insane. The Duck Whisperer. Monotone? Maybe? Or, like, when we watch crime videos with, like, an actual, like, case, that we have that dumb person that's looking at body posture and stuff like that. In most scenarios, it doesn't even, like, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? This guy isn't annoying. That's all we need to know. This guy isn't annoying. But yeah, let's move on to the next vid. I'll have to most definitely subscribe to this dude, though. Alright, so I think this video came out before the last video, because I think I remember he mentioned this, but Sniper smokes hostage taker through computer monitor. Through a computer monitor? What? What do you mean by that? Okay, hold on.
I get it. I can empathize with that situation. Keep talking to me. Keep talking to me. Let me know what's going through your head right now. What concerns you have? I want to make sure.
Hi everyone, Donut here. Today's video is going to
Whoa,
have a
this
little
formation
bit of everything.
looks
we have a SWAT
insane.
sniper that takes a shot that goes into the one-tap Hall of Fame, pipe bombs going off in an officer's face, and a lady cop fighting for her life. We have a lot of once-in-a-lifetime events called on camera, so stick around. But first, a word from our sponsor, Manscaped. Ladies and gentlemen,
I am 100% not sponsored by Manscaped, and we're just gonna skip that. What the fuck? Yeah, we're just gonna skip that. It's funny. Okay, let's
do with Florida Man. We know a lot about Florida Man around here. This is some award-winning shooting out of a Florida SWAT team. I'm not kidding. Dude actually won an award for
irritating
this shot.
people is
yeah,
that
I'm talking
one
about this stud right here. Yeah,
only you can save me, Austin lady.
February 6th, 2024.
Oh yeah, no, she was crazy. The P lady.
Bank and the least f***ing around his state
for
and the
Florida.
least f***ing around his country. It obviously
you
didn't
hate
work
my
out
face.
because he ended up in a full-blown hostage
videos.
situation.
At one point during negotiations,
no, I just sometimes that one guy, the one with the wolf
like
copyright thing,
and he had the knife to her throat.
You can barely see it.
Sorry,
I
had to
but he has a knife to a female's throat and has another female hostage. At that point, you need to call in some shooters and negotiators too, I guess.
Else who has kids, I want to be able to help you with that. 100%. You heard? Come on, Alavachi.
Keep talking to me.
Right? Keep talking to me. Keep talking to me. Let me know what's going through your head right now. What concerns you have? I want to make sure you're the most relaxed.
While the negotiator was trying to get a response from the suspect, the SWAT sniper was busy using one of his teammates as a tripod to set up for a pretty gnarly
cave
shot.
diving.
One we were talking about
it's
a minute
going
ago. I'm not sure, but it looks like
through
they
your
had
head
practiced
right now.
this at least once before. It's too fucking perfect. Problem is, there's a computer monitor in the way. But you're about to see that the old 308 doesn't give a fuck about a computer monitor.
I might act out too. I get it. I can empathize with that situation. Believe me, I can. Okay?
This formation is so crazy.
Right? As somebody else who has kids, I want to be able to help you with that. 100%. You heard? Come on, Alavachi. Right? Keep talking to me. Keep talking to me. Let me know what's going through your head right now. What concerns you have? I want to make sure you're the most relaxed.
Go, 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 go.
Make sure you're the most relaxed.
Go, 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 go.
What a f***ing beautiful shot.
Wow.
Once again, I'm sitting here laughing about people
wow.
getting shot, but when they deserve it, I
wow.
really don't feel that bad. Let's say I'm the hostage taker, right?
That is
Sorry,
so impressive.
Spoiling this already. I'm the hostage taker. Hostage here. Computer monitor in front of me, much like there is right now. The sniper shot through a computer monitor, hostages on both sides, Hit dude in
Wow.
the forehead. I just feel bad
Wow.
for those hostages. That's a little bit of trauma there. They might.
Honestly, that officer is on like a higher level in life. Like if life is just, you know, a video game, and we're somewhere on level 2 or maybe even level 5 the latest. This man is like level 99. That was insane. Jeez. Also, I do feel bad for the hostages. They were already going to have some sort of trauma with, you know, just being hostages in general, but after like that guy gets shot like that right in front of them, I'd need years of therapy after that one. I would need and it's not even that like it's gonna be like, oh, all fine and cool after that, but like, man, I'd have issues like going anywhere after that. I can't even put my feet into those hostages shoes, because oh my god, that's so terrifying. It really is. And they look like they're in like a sort of work environment. Like that's tough, honestly. It's really rough. Okay.
Might have a little PTS, but I especially feel bad for the janitor that
Nina,
had to clean up
I think
all
I
of
know
that brain matter
what
on the
was
back
going
wall,
through their
probably on the
head.
ground. But that's how life is.
For
when you wanna
the
take two
hostage?
female hostages
Sorry, not
in
the
a bank.
hostage.
Also,
But
I need to know
the
who
guy
made
that
computer
was
monitor. What
taking the
brand is that?
hostages?
It took a 308 and didn't even blink. After the bad
Wow.
guy's head
Whoa!
turned into pink
Yeah,
dust,
you're right,
walked
man.
down a couple
That
of
computer is
flashbangs
crazy. That
just
monitor
to
is
ensure that
insane.
the hostage taker couldn't grow another head.
You have any idea how much that stings?
Wow. Wow.
You wouldn't believe it. Well, I do believe it because that sniper was awesome. Both of the hostages were unharmed, and one more badass cop has an award to go home with. The next
Wow.
video doesn't take us much farther from the last. Putnam County, Florida. That's right, we have another Florida man on our hands. Florida man and
still in Florida.
cop. You know some redneck shit is about to happen when they give you a county. Good old Putnam. This is a simple traffic stop. A police officer pulls over a car for having the wrong license plate on.
Whose tag's on this car?
My ex-wife.
Okay.
Warhammer lore never ends. The hostage taker? Oh yeah, let me hear what you got. Also, hi Kane. We were just talking about you earlier. How are you? Welcome in.
Why is her tag on your truck?
I send her the money every month.
It's not registered to this truck.
Don't even tell me that.
Is someone work?
telling you
What were we saying about me? I don't even know what it was. Kay just randomly just said
And you got the registration?
your name. I don't know what the context was. I was too engrossed with the
Where
video.
you headed, buddy? Can I open the door?
Yeah, go ahead. Lowe's?
You're headed to Lowe's?
Yeah.
Now, it's the next officer's line of questioning that is pretty interesting.
Anything in the car you need to know about guns, drugs, bombs,
I got
dope?
a 22 pistol right there in the seat.
Okay, well don't grab
That's
it.
legal. I'm not retarded.
That officer might as well have read off the
language,
list of
please.
everything that man had in his truck. But after a little small talk about
Tired,
drugs
guys.
and whatnot, the officer notices something in the door of the vehicle.
So when I search the car, am I gonna find anything?
No, you go right ahead.
Cool. I can search it? I can search the car? So what are these dope baggies in this cigarette pouch right here for? You use cocaine as well?
No. I got 6 heart attacks.
Okay. Well, what does that have to do with the 3 baggies with the white substance in that cigarette pouch right there?
Don't know.
Hop out for me, Bubba.
Yes, sir.
Listen, man, I don't want to take you to jail, but if you're not going to be honest with me, man, you're going to go to jail.
No.
Okay? So why don't you be honest with me? Okay, is there any crack or cocaine in this car you need to tell me
No,
about?
sir.
Okay, then what's in that?
Whatever. I couldn't tell you there. I don't always have the truck.
Okay. Because I don't believe that story, to be honest.
No, I can pee in a cup and all that.
That doesn't do anything for me.
Ha
See these
ha.
little dime baggies?
Yep.
These aren't yours.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, them are mine.
Oh my God.
I had them for weed.
Oh yeah, they are mine.
There's There's nothing in them.
Oh,
I guess
boy.
the white
Oh,
stuff I saw was
man.
like dust or something.
Oh, okay, it was just dust. Just a dusty old guy in a dusty truck. Anyway, the officer moves the suspect over his car to
I
search
said
him
I
a little
summoned
bit.
Kane up to lot of men to go, yeah. Yeah, you were pendulum summoned.
Dang, I wish I had that much money.
That ain't much.
2.0 model is done. Let's go! Yay!
Oh, goodness.
Can I stick my phone or something like that?
Yeah, of course, man.
I had it in different pockets.
No, you're fine, brother. That ain't illegal to possess money. Like I said, I wish I had some money.
It's pretty close to the first of the month, so that's the only reason I got it.
Oh, I gotcha.
I'm getting caught up
Such
on
a
my
chill environment right now.
The officer finds a bunch of cash on the guy, which isn't illegal, but the officer goes back to the suspect's truck to search it a little bit, where he finds the most interesting thing you could find. Mind you, it is a Florida man's truck. You're going to find some interesting things.
Okay.
Yeah, you got these little dime baggies everywhere. Well, you stand at...
Some in the store one time and it blew all over the place.
Stand at the front for me.
I ain't never cleaned the truck out.
Oh, yeah?
Sure.
I bought it from a town that owned the junkyard. Stunk bad, and I just sprayed the seats down is all I did.
Yeah, there's your roach.
I told you, I didn't lie about it.
No, you didn't. I knew I could smell it. Yeah? What kind of pipe is this?
What's that?
I hadn't been in the truck.
That's a methamphetamine pipe, sir.
Oh.
I've had 6 heart attacks, I ain't smoking no meth.
Well, it looks like you are. There's your weed. Listen, man, is there any meth in here? Just be real with me,
No,
brother.
I'm serious as a heart attack. No,
Listen, this is a meth pipe, okay?
Yeah.
There's methamphetamine in that.
Oh,
okay?
boy.
So if you would just be honest with me, I will help you out. But if you do not be honest,
I
man,
ain't being totally honest.
You're
I'm
not.
playing with stuff. There's no meth in there.
when's the last time you smoked meth?
Yes,
He's got weed, meth, a firearm. But we're missing
Kane,
something. This
he
is
did
Florida man,
ask
after all.
if he was able to search the car, and the guy said, yeah, sure. He did give him a bit, he gave him the okay to check the car. Oh, you're saying that he shouldn't have said he was okay. It was okay. Oh, whoa! Whoa!
What the fuck?
Whoa! What just happened?
What the fuck was that?
You got a fire extinguisher?
Whoa, I'm sorry. I look away for 1 second, and what the fuck just happened? I need to go back. I probably don't need to go back this far. Do I? I actually don't know. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, it's good.
Whoa!
What the fuck?
Well, I still don't understand what happened.
What the fuck was that?
Was that a bomb in the car?
1429.
What the hell was that?
You know what that was. It came from inside the car. It was most definitely, you know exactly what was in there. That's not funny.
I'm 77. It went off
Oh,
on me. I don't
man.
know what it was, but
After all the, I guess, all the conversation that the officer had with this dude and, like, how chill they were, and then this moment, you can see that there's an instant shift. Like, this poor guy, this poor officer is shooken up right now. He's most definitely shooken up. Man doesn't even know what he's to do right now. He's opening the car door. He's about to go in, then he doesn't go in. He goes to the car door. He's walking over to him. He's pacing back and forth. It's this oh, man. I mean, obviously anyone would be shocked. Officers aren't like freaking Iron Man or so. That's a really bad. Yeah, we'll say Superman. Okay. They're not invincible. Or like Man of Steel. Like, That's terrifying. Okay. Hold on, I'm moving up. It was a pipe bomb. Ah, that's why it was literally a pipe bomb. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Racking up the felonies for real. For real. Yeah. Jeez. I mean, yeah. I also feel like there is literally anything under the sun in that dude's truck. It could have literally just been a normal pipe. It could have literally just been like a normal, like, PVC type of situation. But it obviously wasn't. The cop literally grabbed it, but we didn't really think of anything of it. Like, this guy's car has parts in the back of it. He could have been, like, working on something, for all the cop knows. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Moving on.
Yeah, 77 for now. I think that was an airbag.
Oh, God. In the officer's defense, he probably should have called for backup, but he's here by himself.
Hey, come here. Now, put your hands behind your back. I don't know what the f that was, man. Which way? Sit right there.
And then he goes ahead and offers the man a water bottle? What the hell?
I don't know what the hell that was.
Okay, there goes officer number 2. He inhaled whatever that was in there.
No, f you.
Jeez.
Oh, God. What the hell was that? If I know, how the f would you think I would know?
What we have there was a chemical pipe bomb that went off in the officer's face. Yeah, that's something you don't see every day. The bomb had one end that was filled with chlorine, and the other end was filled with brake fluid. Someone's been reading that little cookbook that we all read.
Are you insane? I'm sorry, I'm a little... What the fuck? He inhaled that shit! That's not funny. That's literally... Why would you make this? Like...
When we were teenagers. As you can see, the dude even wrote safe and armed on one side, so him trying to explain that away isn't happening, even though he tried to give a reason here.
I thought it was an airbag.
Oh, the pipe bomb shaped airbag. See, that's one
What
of the
the
many
fuck?
reasons, kids, you shouldn't smoke meth. It completely destroys the part of your brain that thinks up lies to tell cops. We don't exactly know right now who that bomb was intended for, but it really sucks for that guy that
He
had
made
to
it for
go off in an
someone.
officer's face. After the explosion, the officer placed the suspect under arrest
As
and
he
called for
should.
medical attention. The officer went to a medical center and was released, and our suspect, of course, is facing multiple charges and is being held without bail. So for
Absolutely.
our next video, we had to California.
Without bail.
My
Love it.
favorite state in the United States, as you all know. All right, you guys know I can't pronounce shit. So Ceres, Caries, I'm thinking Ceres, California. Let's go to the video. Ceres, California, May 10th,
we're in Cali.
11:38 a.m. 911 gets a call about a crazy ass
why was
meth
this
head
man
that's
carrying a
waving
bomb in
knife
it?
around
Yep.
outside of a
Beats
family's
me.
house and is threatening people. That's a hot call.
911, what's the address of the emergency? Hello, the address is Dirk Court.
I almost disconnected for a second. Like, my brain almost like...
Do you know him? Do you know him?
I was clocked out with that
It's not
long
it's a yes or no.
beep.
Do you know who he is? Yes or no? Yes, it's my husband's brother.
Can we take a second to talk about that spicy ass dispatcher real quick? Speaking to her like that, you'd think she's talking to her own sister that she's fighting with right now. Dispatchers do be spicy sometimes.
They do
Anyone in
be.
his backyard, Modesto Police Department K9. Come out with your hands up.
That's good.
Alexander, this is the Modesto Police Department K9 unit. You need to come out with your hands up. Surrender now.
One of the officers eventually finds the suspect in an abandoned vehicle.
I got him, Sarge. In the car. Dax here. Hang on, hold him, here. Dax here. Dax here. Do not move. Here. Hang on. Just hold him there. Hey, keep your hands up. Let me see them. Hands up. Both of them. Back up. There you go. Back up over there. Hey, if he does not comply, I'm going to send the dog on.
Okay.
Keep your hands up where I can see him. You see that?
Stay here.
Hey.
Stay here.
Open the door when you go hands on. What if he does hands on?
It's making me very anxious right now. I don't know what it is.
How'd you get in?
I think it's this officer's facial expressions that's making me really nervous.
That's it?
Florida man.
That's him. Alright. If you can open that door, I can probably... Yep. Hang on. I'm gonna go around. Keep holding him.
And here's where things get really dangerous.
Let me... Get down! Ah!
Oh shit!
What happened right there might have been the wrong move by the officer. When the
Yeah,
suspect
100%.
got out of the truck, she should have created a little bit of distance between herself and the suspect. Not really move in, because that kind of led her to be more vulnerable to an attack. Here's her attack in slow motion.
I mean, also, I feel like I'm kind of confused on why we changed. Well, okay. Sure. I mean, I agree 100% that this was most definitely like something on the officer's side, but I also think that it was kind of crazy that they left her over here by herself. I feel like the formation was broken, and we had two people over here at one point, and then one guy decided to move. I don't know where they went. I don't know if it's this guy over here, but the formation was kind of broken, so I don't know who to blame here. But also, oh, it's a knife. Oh god, okay.
I understand that she was trying to shut the door, but in my opinion, backing up would have been the right decision there. You still got a gun on you. And here's the incident from the body cam on the other side of the truck.
Yep. Hang on. I'm gonna go around. Keep holding here.
That's 102. Give me a better location for 820.
Keep your head. You got my... Shots.
The suspect was given first aid. Medics arrived though and pronounced him dead at the scene. The officer who was slashed was given first aid and transported to a local hospital where they were released. And good for her too, because that knife is no joke. It looks like that meth head prestiged that knife. It looks like
it's very tiny
from a boss in Far Cry. And the suspect in this situation was no joke also. And I have no idea why he hasn't been locked away for life with this criminal history. Actually, you know what? I fucking do know why. It's California. Let me get a big breath for this one. Previous criminal history. Leading police on a vehicle pursuit, assault with a deadly weapon, domestic violence, vehicle theft, driving under the influence, violation of a criminal protective order. As we say around here,
oh brother,
that is not a nice person. Why are they still breathing air around us? Anyways, that's all I have for you fine people today. If you want to help support the channel, you can check.
Okay, so that's the end of that one. By the way the other guy treated her, she seemed new, and even if she was new, that means like I feel like I don't know, that just confirms the fact that I feel like there should have been someone actually closer to her. Like, I don't know why we left her. I think there was at least 3 or 4 police officers, but for some reason I was only seeing 2. I don't know where the other one went, but whatever. Yeah. Okay. That's enough for the donut operator, though. I have one more video, but geez, we are literally zooming through this. These guys' videos are really short. We're not used to this when it comes to reacting. But we can find something else from this guy's channel too, 100%. After we watch a murder case. The KBs. So, this was in the Discord crime channel. Killer thinks he got away until she testifies at her own murder trial. I feel like I might have watched the case with Judy, but I'm not quite sure, so we're gonna watch this anyways. Hehe. Were there 2 people in the car, both sides of the car opened. No. I think the driver's side of the car was open because the police had it open. But there was another person, but I don't know why the other person might have slid
There's a
over
pose in
to
yoga called doggy style.
Chiyu! Hi, Chiyu!
Doggy. Doggy something. It's my favorite pose in yoga because that means you're resting.
Or we could G out and hold on. G out and make a case for him to cover. Oh, we need a victim. Do you volunteer? Hey, yo. You know, I don't know if I want to be a victim. Just saying. Just putting that one out there. Okay. Yeah, but to answer your question, I think it's only one guy in the car. The officer, one of the officers had the car door open, and was like held the gun like over near the door, and then he slid over. Actually, how did that even happen? Without him saying anything. Well, he was saying things, but he wasn't actually doing anything. Okay, now that I'm like seeing this like back to back, this was a messy situation. It was most definitely the police's and the cops like problem, but like. Yeah, that was very messy. That was extremely messy. Unless there was more officers and the guy thought that the other person that left that area was still over there. I don't know. Yeah, I can't wrap my brain around that completely. I'll be the victim for no, you're not allowed to be the victim. Sorry, you're not allowed. Anyways, let's continue.
The most disturbing secret. It reveals the real reason why this woman caught fire at a Speedway gas station.
Oh, she's pretty.
Just minutes earlier, a black pickup truck can be seen racing into the parking lot. A man in a red sweater storms out. Notice the woman standing in the shades on the left as the man walks towards her. They seem to be arguing before the woman backs away, throwing a soda pop at the man. The video lasts for several minutes before the camera catches the man pouring something onto her. Now pay attention to this next part. According to the man, he says he leaned in to light a cigarette for the woman. He claims it was an accident.
Oh my god!
But notice how the man slowly backs away as the woman catches fire. He doesn't look surprised or scared. The truth is, she is not his first victim. The man has outsmarted the cops for years, and only she can put him away forever. But for now, no one knows if she'll survive.
I got that phone call. Are you Judy Malinowski's mom? And I remember thinking, what a strange question. And they said, this was the hospital and we have your daughter, that I should come now.
On August 2nd, 2015, 31-year-old Judy Malinowski was at a Speedway gas station in Columbus, Ohio, with her then-boyfriend Michael Slaker.
Why are we... Fucking Ohio. Why the hell are we here? What the hell? Sorry. Ohio's too close, alright? Ohio's too close for these dumbasses to be here. I digress.
At exactly 5:08 p.m., Judy is doused in gasoline and set on fire.
God.
Minutes later, she's rushed to the Ohio University Wexner Medical Center, where she falls into a coma.
I've seen plenty of burns to her degree. I can't say I've seen many that have survived.
Judy was my firstborn. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was the happiest time of my life. And she was just my best friend.
Oh.
Bonnie, Judy's mother, has no idea what happened to her daughter, only that she was burned and needed to be put on life support. When she arrives at the hospital, she heads down to the trauma bay with the help of a nurse. But as they make their way to Judy's bed, Bonnie takes a wrong turn.
I went past Michael's room. I went in there and I was like, Michael, where is Judy? I'll never forget it. He looked at me and he said, it was an accident, it was an accident.
Bonnie doesn't understand why there are police officers surrounding Michael's bed.
Huh.
But before she can ask any questions, she's shuffled out of the room by one of the officers. As she finally arrives at Judy's side, nothing can prepare her for the condition in which her daughter is.
all I can remember is I just started screaming, tell me there's hope, tell me there's hope, tell me there's hope. And they wouldn't tell me there was hope. They wouldn't say anything.
31-year-old Judy Malinowski is burned to more than 80% of her body. She is unrecognizable. But before we continue
we've seen a couple of people, crazy people in your state, Nim.
If you've ever looked for your name online, you might have stumbled upon your phone number, address, or even some.
Okay, we're skipping this. This is most definitely a sponsor. Okay, let's go back to the tab it. Okay.
It's a chance. Try out Aura today with our 2-week free trial by clicking the link in the description at aura.com/unseen. And now, back to what happened to Judy Malinowski.
We have an equation which is based on the patient's age and percent burn. In Judy's case, she was 31 and approximately 80% burned, so that made her like 110% mortality.
Wow.
As Judy lies in a coma, barely holding on to life, Michael Slager sits on a bed just a few feet away with burns on his hands. The story he tells the cops raises questions about what really happened. According to Michael, Judy had filled up the truck with gas and accidentally spilled some gas on herself. Michael then went to light a cigarette for her, which is when she suddenly caught fire. His story makes it seem like it was an accident, and to the investigators, without Judy's point of view, Michael appears to be innocent.
We were concerned with Judy passing and us not getting anything.
And Crazy Kid Slender Man stepping happened in your state? I don't think I've heard of that one before.
Doctors and nurses are looking at you like, do you want to bring this person out of sedation?
Judy, can you hear me?
At the investigators' request, Judy is brought out of her artificial coma, which means she is going to feel pain again.
Yeah.
Stay calm, Jude. Stay calm, baby.
I remember leaning in to talk
to
her. And, I don't even know if she can hear me.
Judy, this is Detective Phil Hagan with Buchanan. Can you hear me? Yeah. Judy, did you spill gas on yourself? No. Did Mike spill gas on you? Yes. Yes? Okay.
Judy nods twice, showing clear signs that she can hear and understand the people around her. With her answer,
I can't really make out nods, but I'm agree with them.
To pursue the
this is a horrible situation.
The police said that they were going to arrest Michael. I didn't understand.
So what, am I under arrest or something?
Right now, yeah, you are under arrest.
What am I being charged with?
You're going to be charged with felonious assault and aggravated arson.
What Michael Slager is about to learn is that police have put their hands
also,
on crucial evidence. The entire scene was recorded by a nearby ATM machine.
I could have missed it, but who's Michael to Judy? Is he a boyfriend, a husband, I don't know. I might have just missed it, honestly. You haven't heard? Yeah, no, I have never heard of it. Yes. Look it up next. Okay. Story is fucking insane. Hey, Brace, what's up? What's good? What's poppin'? Wikipedia page on May 31st, 2014. In Wisconsin, United States, 2 12-year-old girls lured their friend to the wooded area of a local park. They stabbed her 19 times to appease the fictional character Slender Man. Ew. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've heard of that before. Her boyfriend. Okay, cool. Understood.
And the investigators have all seen the
Let me
footage.
just be direct with you too, Mike, okay? So we saw exactly what happened. We saw you pour gasoline over top of her head. She stumbles to the ground. You lean over and light her on fire. We saw what happened. We know what happened.
That's not the way it looks. We're arguing.
I mean, what other way should we take it as? It looks exactly how it
I
is.
said, oh, we're here. You want to ruin my stuff up? I said, here, boom, I'm going to ruin your clothes. It wasn't to start her on fire.
Oh, and the person that stabbed got stabbed, survived. So that's a legend. That's
So we knew
a strong
right away
person.
that he had lied to us.
He had made several statements about how the gasoline got on Judy. And then he developed from there. Okay, I panicked, I lied about that, I shouldn't have. But she took her sweatshirt off, and it didn't even occur to me that there would still be gas there.
Here's my attorney.
In this case, where I thought that there was some doubt, was to whether he...
Peaches, 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 peaches.
Hey, Steve, what's up?
Peaches, 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 peaches.
In most cases, burnt victims like her don't live past a few days. Yet, month after month, Judy holds on to life while going through endless operations. As she remains unconscious, her mother doesn't know if she's ever going to wake up.
And there was nobody that Judy didn't love.
According to her mom, all Judy ever wanted was to live a simple life, to have 2 kids and share a home with a husband who loves her. At the age of 21, Judy became a mom herself.
Oh my god! Okay, stop! Her genetics, this family's genetics is so strong. Oh my god, she's so pretty, and her kids are freaking cute. Ugh, man, why did she have to be done like this? Especially like hear the story of the simple life and how probably the person that she thought she was gonna spend her life with, like, set her on fucking fire. Insane.
When I was a little kid, I would look at my mom, and I just want to grow up and be like her.
People can just say like, "I love you."
You're burnt out today.
And I always mean it. But for my mom, like, I always knew that she, like, actually loved me.
Oh, damn.
We were playing the delay game.
Long day at
Sounds
school,
terrible,
Steve.
but we were basically waiting for Judy
Wow.
to die so that
Ugh.
we could charge Mr. Slager with
Getting the interview from the
homicide.
kids is like, oh my god, that shook me up. My heart.
And,
Pain.
we got a call one day that
It's
she
a
was
horrible
with-
story and such a
Against all
banger of
odds,
a
Judy wakes up from
song.
her coma, but she's confused and terrified. She has no idea what happened after the fire.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
start
crime
by
vids.
asking you your name.
Just looked it up. One of the girls that did the stabbing has been released. I'm pissed. How long ago did it happen, and how long did she serve? But also, you have to remember that if this happened while they were 12, they're getting they're not actually probably
You understand,
getting treated as an
the
adult.
prognosis
They're getting
is not
treated
good,
as a
correct?
juvenile murder, and those usually
But you're fighting against it,
allow
right?
the kids to get released sooner.
It had to be explained to her,
Which kinda sucks,
that,
but yeah,
Mr.
it is
Slager
what it
was
is.
in jail.
That's
I
our
remember her being
system.
emotional about that. She actually felt bad for Mike at that point.
While Judy is concerned about Michael, she's also filled with fear of what he is capable of. But she has no idea that Michael has not shown any remorse for his actions or any concern for her
Of course he
well-being.
wouldn't.
Just 4 months earlier, in April 2015, Michael was professing his love for Judy.
Mike sent me a message on Facebook. Said that he had always had feelings for me and that he loved me.
I was like, he looks like bad news, Judy. She said, you know, Mom, you can't judge a book by their cover. And I thought, okay, back off, Bonnie.
Although Judy met Michael through a group of friends, she had no idea who he really was.
He has theft, domestic violence, menacing, aggravated menacing, making a false police report, domestic
Wow.
violence, aggravated menacing,
Wow.
assault, aggravated menacing, domestic
Wow.
violence, assault, domestic violence, assault,
Wow.
domestic violence,
Wow.
endangering children,
Stop.
domestic violence, endangering children,
Stop.
Rape, which was, I think, pled down to a sexual battery.
So he began to, I would say, dote her, like just messaging her and just everything I guess a girl wants to read, especially, you know, where Judy was in her life.
Stop, hold on. Stopping for my own, I can't. That's, ooh, that makes me a mixture of very upset and pissed off at the same time. Oh my god. Oh, that almost made me cry. That almost that almost got me. Oh my god, that's so fucking stupid. Ooh. Ooh, I hate people. Ah. She doesn't deserve that. Man, she's a sweet soul and ended up just freaking getting played by the wrong dude. This is upsetting.
In a surgical procedure when you were 27 years old?
Yes. Ovarian cancer.
Okay, thank you. And you had some complications as a result of that surgery, correct?
Yes.
Oh.
I was placed on very strong painkillers. I got addicted to them.
Oh.
She had told me, Mom, I'm getting addicted to this pain medicine, and I said, Judy, it's fine. Just take them as the doctor prescribes them.
What do you mean it's fine? Mom, you should have got help.
She was a binge user, and she would go and use and self-medicate whatever she needed.
In the months that follow her
Oh
procedure,
boy.
Judy starts to struggle with
Not
addiction.
as long as yesterday our
It
instructors
doesn't
forced
take
us to
long for
clean
her to
15 minutes
understand that
because
her behavior is
it's
harming
too
her
early to
children.
leave
She doesn't
class.
trust
Oh
herself
damn.
to take
Okay.
care of them anymore.
We got out
She
late
sends her
today
two
because our
daughters to live
classroom
with
is
Bonnie,
filled with
their
flour
grandmother, while Judy
and
admits herself
people
into rehab
don't know how
at
to
a place
clean.
called
Damn.
Parkside. Taking her recovery at heart for her daughters, it isn't long that Judy becomes sober again.
And she was going to meetings, like 3, 4, 5 meetings a week. They got her on the right track, and now she's living with the girls.
She was doing the best she had ever done.
She was released when she was
Everything went
19.
downhill when
So the
Michael
crime
came
was done
into
when
the
she was
picture.
12. Okay, I see.
That's when drugs and all that came into play. He brought her drugs.
Normally when
She
it comes to
relapsed,
situations
so
like
he had
that, I don't
complete
see
control over her.
there are of course
I
certain
don't
scenes where
think
they
that
actually
Michael
keep
ever,
the person
drugs.
there for a long amount
He
of
definitely
time,
preyed
depending
on
on how
women that
brutal
had
it was.
addiction
But
problems.
majority of the time that
In the
ever
months that
happens,
follow,
I
Judy
only see
discovers
like
the
people
true face
getting
of Michael Slager when he
um
starts to abuse her physically.
the
But although
kids
she tries to leave him
getting
and run away,
detained for like
Michael
10
always finds a
years
way
or
to bring her back.
15.
Judy had called
and that's
me
really
when
it.
he
So they
had
most
choked
definitely got
her
off
before, and I can
on the
remember
easy
her
side.
being so scared of him.
She hid in hotels, left her own home.
Judy calls the police multiple times over the course of the relationship, telling them that she's being abused by her boyfriend. What Judy doesn't know is that Michael is also calling the cops on her every time something happens, covering for himself, painting a picture to the cops of a concerned boyfriend.
He knows what he's doing. He's intelligent, he's calculating. Near the end of May of 2015, I had a lengthy conversation with Judy. She flat out said that if she left him or he found out about this conversation, that he would kill her. And then the call disconnected after that.
It's spring of 2016 when Judy wakes up in the hospital. For the first time since the attack, Judy's daughters will get to see her, along with her siblings. They know the shock they're about to get, and yet...
When I walked in, I definitely was like, that's not my mom. You just don't believe that that's who they're
Oh
telling
wow, that's how they look right now.
Judy was in the hospital bed. I just heard Judy said, everything's gonna be alright.
Oh.
And she asked me for a hug. I said no, you're hurt. 'Cause I didn't want her to get hurt.
Wow.
Although Bonnie is thrilled that her daughter is finally awake, Judy's battle is about to get worse. December 2016, the trial begins. As Judy is still alive, Michael is only being charged with aggravated arson and felonious assault. Still, he continues to claim this was all an accident. Judy knows there's more to the story, but for now, the defense think Judy won't be able to testify in her condition, so they enter a plea of not guilty. Without her testimony, it's likely that Michael will escape justice. And then, Judy's
it was
condition
insanely brutal.
improved.
It was premeditated. It reminds me of that one. Hold on, I don't wanna miss anything. It reminds me of the one case that I actually watched very recently. It's not a recent case, but it was these kids. They were in high school, and they were a part of some sort of. They called it a gang, but it was really like a trauma friend group. Like, each of them didn't like something about their family household, and they bonded over that fact and did, like, they were doing drugs, they were smoking, they were drinking, they were having parties almost every night. And this one girl, like, it was just like normal high school girl banters where it's like, oh, do you like so and so? Well, that's so and so's boyfriend, and blah 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 blah. And then, like, okay, well, I don't like that person, but I'm going to spread rumors about this person. And all of that ended up being, like, getting, like, this one girl ended up getting so many people in the friend group upset that they ended up jumping her under a bridge. And she got beaten so badly that it was actually, like, afterwards, like, when they did, like, forensic stuff, they equaled her the amount of bruises and injuries that she had. It was as bad as a car accident. These people were beating her like insanely, like, crazy, like, and they left her there, but she survived, and she was, like, wobbling back, about to go home, until one of the people that jumped her grabbed someone, a dude, came back to find her, and started beating her up again, and then held her head under water in the river and drowned her. She would have never, like, I think they said that she wouldn't have survived anyways. Like, she wouldn't survive the walk home. But the fact that this person did the extra mile and physically went back to drown her, dunk her head underwater, was the crazy thing. And also, that case went cold because they couldn't figure out who actually did it, because they couldn't find the body. After she drowned her, she pushed her into the river and they couldn't find the body. So they couldn't really do anything about this case. So years passed while everyone who beat her up to the point of almost death, and the girl that came back to drown her, as well as the dude that came to watch, were living their lives for, I think, almost 12 years, actually. I can't remember what the case was called. But I'll have to find it. What else was I going to say? Oh, but once they did reopen the case, they ended up finding the girl who did it, and she's in jail now. But obviously she's an adult, and I think she was being tried as an adult. I can't remember though. But the guy who came along with her to witness the murder also got detained, but he didn't spend a long time in jail. I think the girl who obviously killed her has life, but the person who was watching got released. So it always depends on the situation.
I think she wanted somebody to finally listen to her.
This might be the only chance Judy gets of testifying. If she survives, Michael escapes the murder trial. But if she dies,
can you
Michael
pin
will be
it,
charged with
Choir?
murder,
Just
and her
so if
testimony will be on
people
the
chat,
record
I don't
as
miss the
evidence
link
against him.
or have to scroll up.
But then, something happened.
High schools are mature enough to know what they're doing. They are, but also the amount of trauma that these kids went through, they don't know what's good or bad. Their parents were never around, so they really just did things on their own. They don't know any better.
Nothing we could do. What you could do.
And that's honestly on the household.
The Gahanna woman doused with gasoline and set on fire. She will never get the chance to testify against her ex in court.
And the judge sentenced him to 11 years in jail.
The maximum sentence Michael could receive for dousing her in gasoline and lighting her on fire was 11 years, which is
crazy.
Very similar to the penalty you would receive for lighting a car on fire.
Judy has a life sentence, and her children have a life sentence, and with domestic violence, it's ugly, it's cruel.
Mrs. Bose was correct when she said this girl has a life sentence. and you've done
Oh!
it, and you haven't been sorry.
I've seen this judge before. She is very fair. I've seen this judge before, so it's kind of crazy. Okay, sorry. I digress. I've seen that judge before, though, in a lot of crime vids.
Despicable individual you are. You really do seem like one of those people that have no soul, and you need to be incarcerated. That's all I have to say. Take him out.
I can't. It's not fair.
Oh, poor girl.
It's so hard when he just isn't even remorseful for anything.
Jeez.
I don't mean to break down. I'm sorry. I'm trying so hard to stay strong, but it's just so hard.
It's been over a year since her attack, and still, every day Judy fights to survive. Michael's sentencing comes as a shock to Judy, who doesn't feel she got the justice she deserved, while she might not make it much longer. The one thing that keeps her going is her daughters.
There was this part of her that wanted to make it and to live, to fight for every other woman that had been through something like that. And she was willing to do whatever she needed to do to help change the law.
Judy's law would increase the maximum sentence for intentionally disfiguring someone by up to 20 years. It's named after Judy Malinowski, who is still fighting to stay alive after being set on fire a year and a half ago.
The law would not be retroactive, meaning it won't have any impact on her case. Still, Judy continues to fight for other survivors of domestic violence.
Doctors say they really have no medical explanation as to how she is still alive, but Judy's mom, Bonnie Bose, says she believes that Judy is fighting to see Judy's law through to the very end.
All Judy wanted to do was help people. She fought so hard to help people and for justice.
This is a miracle that she survived that with her spirit intact. Her
God damn. Okay, hold on. Stop. It went quiet, but oh my god, I started like tearing up. That was when she started speaking. That kind of got me. Oh my god. Ugh. This is such a bad case. This is horrible. I still don't understand how people could just do this and think that this is okay. And the fact that he feels nothing about this either. Like he's not even trying to be like, oh, I'm sorry. Not even a sorry. A sorry's never popped up, but not that would even matter at this point. But holy shit. Ugh. Makes me upset. Okay, hold on. Let me scroll up. Girl, you deserve more than the right to break down. No, for real, honestly. And she apologized for breaking down. Oh my god. Pain. The voice breaks her. No, yeah, for real, that got me. Honestly, I hope that dude gets a good dose of prison justice for what he did to her. The video's not over yet. As of right now, this video, like, we're right here, but he only has 11 years, so we are most definitely gonna get more. We have to. His sentence was light compared to what he did. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, okay.
I just think her body was giving out before her spirit.
As her state continues to deteriorate, it becomes clear that Judy will most likely die very soon. Judy remains bedridden. Doctors now focus on making sure she feels the least pain possible. Bonnie, her mother, has been by her side the entire time. Letting her child go will be the hardest struggle yet.
Although they don't give her much time, even if God takes her, she'll always be here.
As the prospect of a murder trial becomes more and more likely, Judy and her mother Bonnie are approached by the prosecutors with an idea.
And that's when they approached Judy about testifying to her own homicide. It was a long shot because it had never been done. Nobody had ever testified to their own homicide in the United States.
The only caveat is that in order for Judy to have all her mental capacities,
she has to be
she would have to be taken off pain medication.
God.
So bad. I don't want to do it. I have to.
As a mother, you know your child, where was her limitation? could she do this, even though her intentions were good?
Judy Malinowski will be allowed to testify about her own death in the trial of her
Oh my
accused killer.
God.
A case that's drawn national attention.
This would be the first time that a victim was allowed to testify from the grave in a murder case.
She said, "Mom, I know I haven't endured this much pain in vain."
Tell me your name and then you're ready to testify.
Hi, my name is Judy Malinowski, and I'm ready to testify on Thursday.
All right.
I think Judy.
This hurts so bad, Nia.
Expressed.
Oh, I'm not okay
being
right now,
tired
Nia.
Of fighting and in pain.
She's so
But
strong,
she
Nia.
would not say to me, "Mom, I want to."
So incredibly strong, Nia. I could. Oh my God, I could never, Nia.
She knew what that would do to me.
After nearly 60 surgeries and 2 years in the hospital, Judy has been moved to a care facility and is no longer getting medical treatment.
Wow.
Judy Malinowski's
Yeah.
mom, Bonnie Bose, told me in an interview Tuesday her daughter's body can't take much more.
So they asked me to sign these papers, and I said, "No, I will not sign these hospice papers." She said, "Mom, I will." And she put an X. And I know Judy, because Judy would have normally tried to do a J, and she just put an X in the end of it. I said, "Okay, Judy, I'll hold your hand until Jesus takes the other."
Judy Malinowski died on June 27th, 2017.
Oh
having survived
my
for nearly
God.
700 days.
It's June 26th, guys. I'm going to start bawling right now, Nia. I'm already tearing up, but like it can only get worse from here. Oh God, that is so crazy. That is so insane, yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna stop thinking about it
She leaves
because
behind her
if
two
I
young
stop,
daughters,
then I'm just gonna cry even
her
more,
siblings,
Nia.
her mother.
Wow, Nia.
Today, I
Yeah,
lost
tomorrow would
someone
make 7 years,
very
Nia.
important to me, my sister Judy, and she was my favorite sister for a very long time.
Well, a new chapter in one family's long fight for justice.
LA prosecutor Ron O'Brien calls this case unprecedented. Slager is now charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of aggravated murder.
He could get the death penalty if he is found guilty.
As Michael Slager prepares for his trial, he has no intention this time of pleading guilty. His lawyers are trying hard to keep Judy's testimony out of the trial. Once again, they want to silence Judy.
We'll fight like heck to keep that testimony of the victim excluded from any jury trial.
Bonnie is furious. If Judy's deposition isn't admitted into the trial, all the pain she went through to deliver her testimony will have been for nothing.
She went to her grave thinking that she did justice, and she told her story.
And now, Michael's attorney claims the entire procedure was unconstitutional. At this point, only a judge can decide if
Shut the
Judy
fuck
will
up,
be heard
Nia.
or not.
A criminal defendant's right to confrontation is of paramount importance. But the defendant in this case did have an opportunity to confront the accuser.
Thank you, God.
A potential historic decision.
Today's judge's ruling makes her the state's first murder victim to testify at her killer's trial.
New hope for Judy Malinowski's family that not only justice will be served in her death, but that her own voice will be heard in court.
On July 5th, 2018, the courtroom prepares to view Judy Malinowski's 3-hour testimony. Judy's mother, Bonnie, is there. So
Wow,
are her
3
daughters,
hours.
Kaylin and Madison.
Yeah.
No one has seen her deposition, as it was filmed behind closed doors. They are all waiting to see Judy tell her story.
Could you please raise your right hand to the extent that you possibly can?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this deposition will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, as you shall answer to God or under penalty of perjury? I do. Thank you.
Now, Sunday, August 2nd, 2015. Do you recall that day?
August 2nd, 2015, yes, I do.
So when you were with Mr. Slager, you indicated that the two of you stopped at Speedway. What did you stop there for?
To get cigarettes. We were arguing back and forth. Either one of us were very happy with each other.
While he went inside, you got out of the truck and went behind that Speedway. What happened as you stood behind that Speedway?
Mike came in a matter of no time at all around in his truck. He saw me and immediately slammed the truck to the park, got out, demanded that I got into the truck with him, called me all sorts of names. We argued for a good 5 to 10 minutes, and then I threw my pop on him.
You threw a pop on him?
Yes. He was extremely upset. He ran around to the other side of his truck, and he got his these cans of gasoline that he had kept in the back of his truck. He ran around to me and started pouring gasoline, started at my head and worked his way down. Some got in my throat as he did that.
What's his demeanor as he's pouring the gasoline on you?
Evil, just completely evil. He's not responding to any of my cries for help. Like, you want to throw a cop on me? See what I'll do to you, bitch. And how do you like
Unbelievable,
this?
Neo.
I looked at him and he pulled a lighter out of his pocket and he started walking towards me. And I just remember crying and begging for help. And he let me on fire, and the look in his eyes were, his eyes went back, literally. I thought for sure I was dying. I just prayed.
Excruciating pain, Neo, by the way. Like, I even need to say that, yeah.
Did you at any time produce a cigarette and ask for a light?
No.
Okay.
Bullshit, yeah. Yeah, he was literally, he pulled out the most bullshit, like, response to this,
The
you know.
defense will cross-examine her, which means they will do everything to make her seem unreliable. They dig into her past, speak of her addiction, question her judgment.
Unbelievable,
And at every
Neo.
turn, Judy stands
Oh,
strong,
Neo's are over.
pushing back as best she can. As time passes, she's becoming weaker and weaker.
Can you tell us what you were wearing that morning of August the 2nd?
I don't remember.
You remember getting dressed that morning?
No, I don't. I don't remember a lot of things, but I wish I did.
It'd be fair to say that the trauma you've suffered has affected your memory?
Yes.
Say that it has affected your ability to recall events accurately.
No, don't, no.
Can I request rephrase that?
Oh no. Please, okay, hold on. I don't know if I want to watch this.
Because of the trauma that you have suffered,
I know what they're going for, and it's freaking bullshit. They need to stop. But, oh my god.
My ability to what?
recall events, remember things.
Oh god. Oh god.
I can recall the events, but the missing details of them is what's hard for me to recall. You have to understand, on August 2nd, I was set on fire, thrown on the ground, and burnt 95% of my body.
I understand. I appreciate that. I just remember walking out thinking, that was awful. That was horrible. I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I felt bad for her from day one. I mean, I absolutely felt bad for her.
3 hours of questioning. I couldn't interrupt. I couldn't knock on the door and see if she was okay. And when I went in there, she just grabbed me as best she could. And her entire burned body just shook.
The question remains, will her testimony be enough to get justice for Judy? The
using her condition as an advantage
as
is
her
pretty
family are
is pure
all pushing
disgusting.
for the death penalty. Michael
Okay,
has
for
shown
the
no
yeah,
remorse
for
and has
the
taken their
defense,
loved
they
ones
have
in
to
cold
use
blood.
literally
Since
anything and
then,
everything,
his only
even if
concern has been
they
saving
know
his
that
own
this
skin.
it's like
But before the
they have to do their
trial
job
ends,
basically.
the
Is
court will
that's
listen
what
to
I'm
one
saying.
more clip
Like
of Judy that could play a crucial role
even
in
like
Michael's
there's like
sentence.
the
Judy, I would just like you to state.
like that one case, I forget her name, but someone's gonna know because this case is literally like a big thing. But like the one case where the lady shoved her boyfriend or partner at the time into a luggage until he couldn't breathe and kept him there overnight, ended up killing him. Sarah Boone, that's her name. Sorry, just gotta put it together. She has went through multiple different attorneys because they just don't want to deal with her bullshit anymore. She constantly lies, and it's hard to defend people who did the crime. You can't really do much. You got paid already, but like you can't really do much, right? That's the connection I wanted to make. That's all. Okay, there's only 3 minutes left of this video.
Here, if you were to die from your injuries and Mr. Slager were to be convicted of having done that, I want you to tell a future judge what you want to see happen to Mr. Slager.
I would like to see him charged with murder and do a life sentence. I think that he deserves that.
She didn't believe in the death penalty. And while I very much think Michael Slager deserved to die for what he did, I think she had the right to tell the judge what penalty she wanted.
Judy refused to seek vengeance. She has proven
Not a
to
fucking
everyone
tear in
that,
his eye.
even after everything she went through,
Asshole.
she is nothing like Michael. And she fought for what she believed until her last breath.
Sir, what's your plea to one count of aggravated murder without the capital specification?
Guilty.
You understand that it is a complete admission of guilt in this case?
Yes, sir.
You will spend the rest of your natural life incarcerated.
Malinowski gets her wish. Slager avoids the death penalty, but will go to prison for life.
I'm so proud of her, and I know one day I'll see her.
Judy Malinowski fought till the very end to seek justice for herself, but also for every other victim.
Wow.
She has made her mother proud and has inspired her own daughters.
My mom taught me that you could stand up to anybody.
An emotional day at the State House where two young girls say they will fight to carry on their mother's legacy.
Judy's daughters, Kaylin and Madison, continue their mother's fight and will do everything they can to pass Judy's law.
A brave young girl stood up for her mother. Kaylin Malinowski testified before a Senate committee.
Hello, Mr. Chairman and Senate Committee. My name is Kaylin Malinowski. I am Judy's daughter. Please pass my mom's law, because together we can prevent this from happening to other families.
If the bill passes, her memory will live on through Judy's law.
We know that our mommy did not suffer in vain.
Extending the sentence by 6 years for cases like Judy's where an accelerant like gas is used.
Wow.
I think it's the first step towards what her legacy should and will be.
House, prepare and proceed to vote.
Well, today, every representative said yes.
And now, with the law passed in their mother's name, Kaylin and Madison find new ways to protect other domestic violence survivors.
She was really brave. I admire her strength, and I definitely hope that that strength lives on through me.
Holy shit. Wow. 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 I don't know what else to say except for wow. Jesus Christ. Well, we got justice. That's wow. Guys, the editing for this video was top tier. Well, it's also because Unseen is actually a TV show, so there's also that. It's a show that gets aired. But man, wow, that was amazing. Well deserved. Well fucking deserved. Oh, you see this video? Yo, you gonna spend $500 almost on this? $550? $450? You spending $450? Is there any still left? Go to PokemonCenter.com and find out. Okay, let me click on this link. Oh no, the pin left. Oh, I have to scroll up anyway. Oh, okay.
Slender Man is
Stop. Please go away. What the fuck? Where'd it go? Oh, there. There we go. Okay. Okay.
Slender Man is one of the scariest urban legends to have come out of the internet. He is a tall, faceless figure wearing a black suit.
415. Never mind. Yeah, before tax and shipping.
That Slender Man stalks, abducts, and kills children.
That's gonna be 500 for the next Switch console. I keep forgetting that's coming out.
In the form of another child, then they will be spared for appeasing Slender Man. Of course, we know that none of this story is true. Slender Man does not exist. These rules do not actually exist. But today we're going to be talking about two people that believed in this urban legend wholeheartedly, to the point where they actually acted on it. So today's video is going to be another solved
games
true
coming out for the rest of the year.
Today we're going to be talking about the infamous Slender Man stabbing. But quickly, before we get into the case, I do just want to thank our sponsor.
We don't have a sponsor.
Using a VPN, pick a country thing here. But it's catalogs, and I've always used a VPN completely. Mix it, have a look, it's there for you, and it is complete. And everything that I'm about to say is just information that I have found on the internet and I'm compiling into one video. I just have one trigger warning before we get into this case. I hope I'm not missing any.
Thank you.
Today we are going to be discussing schizophrenia as part of this case. So if that is something that you don't want to hear about right now, I completely understand. Click out of this video. Hopefully I'll get to see you again some other time with a different case. But with all that being said, let's get straight into the case. Peyton Leutner was 12 years old at the time of this case. She was originally born on February 13th, 2002 in Wisconsin. She lived with her parents, Stacy and Joe Leutner, and as far as my research goes, she had a perfectly normal, happy childhood. She was a happy, healthy kid. Nothing too much to know. Peyton had a very typical life of a young girl her age. She went to school, she played out with friends, she had two close friends. They were like a little trio when they were 12 years old. It was her, a girl named Morgan, and a girl named Anissa. But they hadn't always been a three. This was more of a recent thing over the last 2 years. Before that, it had always been Peyton and Morgan. They were like a best friend duo. Her full name was Morgan Geyser, and she had had quite a troubled upbringing. I mean, her mother had tried to make it as normal and happy as she possibly could, but Morgan's father suffered from quite severe schizophrenia. He was hospitalized a lot through Morgan's childhood, and it really put a strain on their family life. It meant that Morgan's mother was busy a lot of the time, and like I said, she tried to give her daughter the best childhood that she possibly could, but a lot of the time Morgan just had to entertain herself. And this was when she started going on the internet. She was only about 9 or 10 years old at this point, but she would go on the internet and she would look up scary things, scary stories, scary pictures. She was reading all these creepy paranormal things about ghosts and different creatures, and she would go into school and she would tell these stories to all her 9-10-year-old friends.
The stream is sponsored by Minato Assassination Services.
Give kids nightmares.
It's like
give me nightmares when kids would come into school and tell these horror stories. And so actually over time, as Morgan kept doing this, she kept telling these awful, horrible, scary stories. These kids didn't want to spend time with her anymore. They were traumatized by all these things that she would tell them. So they started distancing themselves from Morgan Geyser, and she found herself not really having any friends. And this is actually how Morgan and Peyton met, because Peyton was such a sweet, empathetic girl, and one day she saw Morgan standing alone at break time because she didn't have any friends left, really. And Peyton just felt so sorry for her. She thought that everyone deserved to have a friend. Everyone deserved to have someone to talk to. And so Peyton went over to Morgan, introduced herself, and the two of them really got on. And honestly, from that point on, the two of them were besties. They were best friends, and they were very different from each other, but kind of in complementary ways. So Morgan was a bit more
that's
of a
how it
wild
normally
child,
is with my
where
friend
Peyton
group
was
too.
a bit more
I feel like,
and so they like kept each other in balance. Morgan helped Peyton to step out of her comfort zone, but Peyton made sure that they weren't getting in trouble, you know? The two of them were absolutely inseparable for the next few years. They would spend as much time together as they possibly could. They would have sleepovers at each other's houses. They would be up into the early hours of the morning, just giggling, laughing, joking together. And Morgan was still into all of her like creepy, scary stories, and she did share them with Peyton quite a few times. But she'd kind of learnt her lesson at this point. She didn't go like full force with the stories on Peyton. This time she just kind of showed her a lot of the pictures that she drew, because actually Morgan was quite a talented artist, and so she would draw all these like creepy creatures, and they were good drawings, to be fair, but they were so creepy, and she would like write words around the creepy drawings like I want to kill and stuff like that. Quite a red flag, actually. But anyway, she would show them to Peyton, and Peyton would be like, oh, cool. Yeah, cool. Peyton tried not to judge Morgan for her interest, because, I mean, some people just are into, like, horror and scary, creepy stuff that other people aren't into. Peyton didn't judge her, but that didn't mean that she was into it, because, oh, no, she wasn't. She hated all this scary, creepy stuff. She was very easily scared, was Peyton, and she would be terrified of some of the stories that Morgan would tell her, so much so that she'd be, like, laid up at night in bed, unable to sleep, just thinking about all these different things that Morgan had fed her. But she stayed friends with Morgan, and she wasn't really brave enough to tell Morgan to, like, stop telling her the stories, because I don't think she wanted to admit that she was scared of it, really. Because when you're a kid, like, and other people don't seem scared by something, you don't want to be the one to be like, guys, I'm actually scared, can we stop talking about this? So yeah, for that reason, fair. She just kind of put up with the scary stories for a while. So anyway, eventually a third girl was added to their duo, Anissa Weir. She was the exact same age as the other two girls, and she fit in this group really, really well. But when friendship groups become trios, this is where problems arise, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about if you've ever been in a trio friend group. All of my friend groups when I was young were trios, and there's always one person left out. There's always a third wheel, and then two people that are closer, and it sparks like jealousy and fallouts and stuff all the time. Whether it happens consciously or subconsciously, more often than not with trio friend groups, the two people that are closer end up leaving the third person out. Like I say, sometimes it's not on purpose, but sometimes it does just happen. And the third wheel of this friendship trio was Anissa, because she was the newest addition to the group. And makes sense. Morgan and Peyton had been friends literally since, I think they were like 4 years old when they first met. And then they became proper friends later on in school. I mean, they'd had other friends as they grew up, and then they made friends that day when Morgan was all alone. And since then, they'd been...
Wait, how were they friends when they were 4 years old? I thought they became friends when everyone got kind of scared of Morgan and pushed her away. Am I missing something here, or is this just like a misinformation type of thing? She said they met at 4, so they met at 4. Okay, but meeting at 4 and being friends at 4 are completely different things. But okay, fair.
Inseparable.
Let's move on.
So of course, when a third person joins, they're not gonna just lose what they had there, you know, this really strong connection that they've built up for years. And I think Anissa was a little bit jealous of this. She was quite jealous of Peyton in particular, because Anissa was a lot more like Morgan than she was like Peyton. So Anissa got on better with Morgan, but of course Morgan's already got a best friend. She don't want Anissa as her best friend because Peyton's her best friend. So I think there was some jealousy within this group. But Anissa and Morgan did end up growing closer and closer as time went on, because they actually lived in the same apartment building. So they would get the bus to and from school together every day without Peyton. So they would end up having loads of different conversations where they would bond, just the two of them, and they found out that both of them really liked all these creepy internet horror stories. So together, Morgan and Anissa start digging further and further into all these like internet urban legends. And this is when they came across Slender Man. Slender Man is a tall, thin, faceless humanoid creature. He is pale white with long, thin, gangly arms. He always wears a black suit. And if that's not creepy enough, he also has these long tentacle things that come out of his back and like, you know, and he can grab things with him. And Slender Man's whole thing, his whole bit, is that he stalks, abducts, and kills children. And so he will often hang about in places like parks and playgrounds. And there's also a specific woods that he is known to actually live in. So yeah, he stalks, abducts, and kills. But if he's not doing one of those three things, he can also give his victims what is called slender sickness. And this is what happens when you get in a close proximity to Slender Man, but he doesn't like capture you.
Man, good thing we watched the Hornets video, because I would have never known all this.
When you get this slender sickness, the symptoms are severe paranoia, nightmares, nosebleeds. The sickness slowly drives you insane until you become one of his little minions and turn murderous yourself. So getting slender sickness turns you into a killer. Now let me make this very, very, very clear. I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but Slender Man is not real. He is not real. Of course, this is a made-up creature. Slender Man as a character was originally created
Hornets
in
sequel
2009 on a forum called
too many years, right?
Someone
There's
posted
no way.
about like a Photoshop competition where they wanted people to Photoshop paranormal, supernatural, creepy images, and they were all going to vote for the best ones. And loads of people were just creating like, you know, pictures that look like there's a ghost in the background, or like, oh, there's eyes in the mirror and stuff like that. But the guy that created Slender Man went above and beyond with his competition entry. His name was Eric Knudsen, his username was Victor Surge, and he posted 2 pictures for his entry. And actually both of these pictures had a caption.
You don't know why
alongside
they
them
have
that gave a
plushies.
bit more
I
story, a bit more context,
paying $200. Yeah, that's
none of the other
insane.
entrants had done.
Someone
this
must have
gave,
done
like,
it, but
a
it
law
wouldn't be me.
to these photos and to this creature that Eric had created. The first picture is of a group of teenagers, and behind them you can see Slender Man with his arms outstretched, and the caption for this one read, "We didn't want to go, we didn't want to kill them, but its persistent silence and outstretched arms horrified and comforted us at the same time. 1983, photographer unknown, presumed dead." The second picture was a group of much younger kids at the park, and this caption read, "One of 2 recovered photographs from the Stirling City Library blaze, notable for being taken the day which 14 children vanished, and for what is referred to as the Slender Man. Deformities cited as film defects by officials. Fire at the library occurred 1 week later. Actual photograph confiscated as evidence. 1986, photographer Mary Thomas, missing since June 13th, 1986. So that was the first ever creation of Slender Man. It was done by Eric Knudsen on Photoshop. It's not real. It's loads of pixels. And so he posted this competition entry, and soon it found its way to different websites.
Go crazy.
Mainly Creepypasta, which is where all these kind of scary urban legend stories circulate.
Nina, marketable plushies? That would be so cute. I would totally do that if I knew that people would get them.
Everyone with an internet connection has heard of Slender Man. It's been about for years. People still reference it to this day. He's a really just well-known character. People dress up as him for Halloween. There's been like
honestly,
games
fuck everyone
made
else.
about it and
Maybe I
stuff.
should just make my own.
There's plushies, there's t-shirts, there's like
I would love to have
that
one.
have been made, fan fictions, like everything that you could expect has been made. I think I even saw him referred to as a pop culture icon at one point during my research, which I don't know, that kind of made me giggle. Pop culture icon, Slender Man. So you can see how widespread this fictional supernatural character became. Everyone knew about it, and of course Morgan and Anissa stumbled across it on the internet, and immediately they were so into this story. Morgan more so than Anissa, but they were both so interested in this. At the girls' next sleepover, when it was all 3 of them,
I think most of us went, oh yeah.
Morgan told Peyton the story.
Let me put in that pre-order. I need to figure out how to do it.
Scared poor Peyton.
I need to figure out how to do it. I'll figure it out.
She was so scared by the idea of Slender Man, so much so that she went home and panicked to her mother. And her mother had to reassure her, like, don't worry, it's made up. That Slender Man does not exist. He's not going to come and get you. You're safe. Because the way her friends had told her this story was so convincing. It was like they genuinely believed it was real. So much so that, of course, Peyton believed them. Peyton was so scared of Slender Man, and the girls just kept on talking about him every time that they were together nearly, because they were obsessed with it at this point. They just found this new story. They were obsessed with figuring everything out, learning everything there is to know, and Peyton was kind of at her wit's end with it. She was getting nightmares. She couldn't sleep at night because, honestly, the conversation within this friend group just constantly revolved around horrifying, scary, supernatural stuff that she didn't want to hear about.
Fair,
and
she wasn't into,
actually debate kind of distancing herself from these girls and maybe making new friends, but she really didn't want to do that because at the end of the day, she loved these girls, especially Morgan Geyser. The two of them had been friends since they were tiny. She didn't want to give up a friendship like that just because her friend has, like, kind of a weird interest. So yeah, she just kind of put up with it. And the more she listened to Morgan talking about Slender Man, the more she realised that Morgan really believed this. Like, she didn't realise that it was an urban legend. Like, she thought this guy existed. He was stalking, murdering and abducting children. And it was really an obsession, like I've said. Like, it's all the girls ever talked about. And they really, truly believed it. They were so deluded. As time went by, the dynamic of this friendship trio started to shift, as I'm sure you can imagine. When Morgan and Anissa have this shared super strong interest and they live in the same apartment building, get the same bus to and from school, they gradually became closer and Peyton grew more distant from both of them. So now they were the new two and Peyton was the third wheel. Oh, one thing I forgot to say when I was talking about Slender Man is that these two girls' parents knew that they were, like, obsessed with Slender Man. They didn't keep it a secret, but their parents didn't really think there was anything wrong with that. I mean, they just kind of thought it was like being into horror movies or something, which so many people are. That's a huge genre. If we judged every single person that was into horror as a genre, we'd be suspicious of everyone at all times. And at the end of the day, kids are kids, and a lot of them do get into stuff like this because it feels rebellious to be searching up these, like, creepy, scary things. It's stuff that you've not been allowed to access for years because everything's age restricted, and now you finally get access to the internet and access to this whole genre that you've never explored. And a lot of kids do get into horror in their teen years, so their parents really didn't think it was an issue. So as things stand in 2014, all three girls are still friends, but there has been a shift in the dynamic of the group. Now Morgan and Anissa are closer and Peyton is kind of on the outside a little bit. On May 30th, 2014, Morgan Geyser was celebrating her 12th birthday with a sleepover with her two
we're
best
12 years
friends
old now,
in
we're
the
getting
entire
close.
world, Anissa Weir and Peyton Lutner. It was going to be just the three of them. Earlier that day, they'd gone out to an ice skating rink. They went and got ice cream. They'd been having a great day, and then they were going to come home and finish the evening with a movie and a sleepover. And they had had so many sleepovers in their time. It was almost like a routine, like a formula. They would get in, they would watch a movie, they would have snacks, they would stay up into the early hours of the morning, joking, laughing, talking. But tonight didn't exactly go that way. Pretty much as soon as they got back to Morgan's apartment, she was like, okay, let's go to bed now, let's all go to sleep. And it was a bit weird because she had never done that before. Never ever. They loved staying up late because sleepovers were the only time that they were allowed to do it. Peyton just kind of assumed that Morgan was tired after the day that they'd had. It had been a big day. They'd been ice skating and everything. And so the girls did it. They just all went into Morgan's bedroom and went to sleep. The next morning, Peyton woke up and Anissa and Morgan weren't there anymore. She was alone in that bedroom. So she got up and out of bed and she starts walking around the apartment trying to find them, and she finds the two of them sat at Morgan's computer. They said to her that they woke up pretty early and they didn't want to disturb her. They wanted to just let her sleep, so they just, like, snuck out of the room and came and played on the computer for a while. So anyway, now that all three girls are awake, they all had breakfast together. They had donuts for breakfast because if you can't have donuts for breakfast on your birthday, when can you? And as they were eating, they were discussing what
literally any other time.
And Morgan suggested that they go for a walk in the park. It was really nice weather and they could play around for a while. And yeah, all the girls were up for it. So Morgan's mother drove all 3 of them to a park called Dave's Park. David's Park. Why did I nickname it David's Park? Dave's Park. So yeah, on the morning of May 31st, all 3 girls arrive at David's Park and they walk off into the woods for a little bit. And then Morgan suggests that they play hide and seek. Morgan volunteered to count while Anissa and Peyton ran off and hid somewhere. So she turned around, covered her eyes, started counting, and the 2 girls ran into the woods. As they got far enough away from Morgan, Anissa turned to Peyton and said she had an idea. She had an idea for a really good hiding spot. She told Peyton to lay down on all the leaves and she would cover her with all the leaves and sticks and stuff so Morgan wouldn't be able to see her. She would just walk straight past. So they did. Peyton lays down, Anissa covers her in all these leaves so she can't see anything now. She can just hear. And she hears Anissa run off, presumably to go and find her hiding spot. So now Peyton is laying there covered in leaves. She can't see anything. She's just laid there in silence and she hears Morgan stop counting. And then she hears footsteps all around her, snapping on twigs and everything. And the next thing Peyton knows, someone has jumped on top of her and is holding her down, like pinning her down. Obviously, all the leaves were still on top of her at this point, so she can only vaguely see different bits. But she could make out what was going on. In a blur, she saw that the person pinning her down was Anissa Weir. She had her down by the arms. So now she's restricted by Anissa. She's trying to like get up and out of the corner of her eye, she sees Morgan grab her backpack and pull a knife out and then turn to face Peyton on the ground. Morgan then ran over to Peyton and also jumped on top of her, so now both of them are weighing her down. And right before she did anything, Morgan Geyser leaned down to Peyton and whispered in her ear, "I'm so sorry." She then proceeded to stab her best friend 19 times as Anissa held her down. She was stabbing her all over her body.
She said she was sorry.
Not just her chest and her torso, but her arms, her legs, everywhere that she could stab her. And when she was finally done with the attack, Morgan eased off. Her and Anissa just looked down at Peyton, who was covered in stab wounds, covered in blood. And I think they panicked a little bit. They were saying to her, "We're going to go get you some help. We'll run off. We'll find some help. We'll come back for you. It's okay. You're going to be okay." And the 2 of them ran away. But Peyton's not stupid. She knew that they were not going to come back for her. They were not going to get her help. And she knew that the only way that she could possibly survive this attack was if she tried to go and get help herself. And so with 19 stab wounds all over her body, this 12-year-old girl manages to somehow pick herself up and stagger all the way through the thick of this woods. She's having to hold onto trees just to keep herself up. She can't see anything. She's in immense pain. She is bleeding at an alarming rate. I can't even imagine what is going through her head at this point in time. She's probably just focused on trying to survive. Eventually, she staggered out of the woods and onto a path in this park, and it was there where Peyton's body just gave in and she collapsed to the ground. She was still breathing, she was still alert, she could still talk, but she just didn't have energy in her body or strength to be able to pick herself up and hold herself up. But by some sort of miracle, almost at this exact moment, a cyclist comes biking down that path and sees Peyton collapsed on the ground. She manages to shout out.
That is most definitely such a lucky moment. I don't think she would have survived if no one had popped up to find her.
So the ambulance arrived at the scene and rushed 12-year-old Peyton Lutner to hospital where her wounds were examined. And despite being stabbed 19 times, only 2 of these stab wounds were actually severe. The other 17 were only like skin or muscle deep. They hadn't been done that deep. And that is probably the reason that she survived this. But these 2 major wounds that she had required emergency surgery, and one of them genuinely very, very nearly killed her. It was a stab wound in her chest, a really...
See, okay, so... Part of me wonders, like... Because, right, so only 2 of them were actually, like, deep wounds, right? But even then, I just, like... It's still, like, confusing me on why Morgan would say that she was sorry. After all of this, like, you knew what you were going to do. You planned this, right? Obviously a 12-year-old wouldn't just walk around normally with a knife in their backpack, and if they would, they have serious problems. But, yeah, this was most definitely planned. without Peyton even knowing, probably why they actually woke up early in the first place, to make sure they had everything done, or everything like set up and everything, you know what I mean? Like a plan and everything. But I just wonder, like, was Morgan aware that she wasn't stabbing her that deeply? Was the leaves kind of like a help in this, and like in the way that Peyton didn't know how far deep she was stabbing because of the leaves? I don't know, but or she could have just not been aware at all. So she could have been aware, could have not have been aware, and because of the leaves. I don't know.
A deep one that had grazed her aorta, which is one of the main arteries that takes blood away from your heart. So had that been pierced, luckily it was just grazed. Had it been pierced, Peyton probably would have bled out within a matter of minutes. In fact, the doctors found that if that stab wound had been just 1 millimeter deeper, which is like less than a hair width, then she probably would have died. And the second major wound was also horrific. It was one big stab wound through her liver, stomach, and her diaphragm. This caused massive internal bleeding.
Sorry,
again,
I pointed
she
to it,
needed
but you guys can
emergency
see.
surgery on that. And luckily, Peyton Leutner survived this attack. She survived these injuries. They managed to stitch her up and take her to a hospital room to recover. But the recovery was about to be very, very long and very difficult. Peyton, for the first few days that she was recovering in hospital, she had tubes all over her for different things to help her breathe, to help her eat. She couldn't talk because she had so many tubes in her mouth. She had to communicate through whiteboard, like write things down if she wanted to talk to her mom. After a few days, all these tubes and stuff were removed and Peyton was able to recover a bit more comfortably, and after 7 days in hospital, she was discharged back home. So, of course, there is absolutely no mystery in this case whatsoever. We know exactly who did this to Peyton. It was her 2 best friends. Peyton could say that. Peyton survived the ordeal. She lived to tell the story.
Also,
but actually,
what I'm thinking is probably... Sorry, I'm pausing again. What I'm thinking is probably... I hope... Because I know, Nim, you were saying that one of the girls got released. So I'm hoping that, obviously the story isn't finished yet, but if she does end up dying, which I don't know, but if she does, in the end of the story, end up dying, then I would hope that Morgan would stay for a longer time in jail, but the other girl, the girl that sat on her the first time, the one that entered the friend group, the last one, she probably wouldn't get a long time in jail either way, even if she died or if she didn't die.
They already knew, even when Peyton was in her emergency surgery, she hadn't told anyone anything yet. But police had already caught Morgan
Yes, she sort of helped, which is the only reason why she would get jail time, because she helped and she didn't do anything
to cover up what they'd done. I don't think they.
But she didn't
really
also stab anyone. So
I think they just left the woods and just ran, like just tried to get away. There's some theories that these girls were actually trying to get to the specific woods where Slender Man lives. Although I don't know where that is, and I don't know. I only read that on like 1 or 2 sources. But they just walked. They just walked and walked and walked after leaving this woods. And when they were eventually found, they were 5 miles away, just on some random high street. They were just in public, in broad daylight, and they had blood on their clothes still, because they hadn't gone anywhere. They hadn't got changed. They hadn't washed. They had blood all over their clothes. And when they were found, police found that backpack with the blood-soaked knife still inside it. So both of these girls were arrested and taken straight to the police station, where they immediately confessed. I think they were scared. After all, these are 2 12-year-old girls. I know I was scared of police when I was younger. I think they didn't want to try and lie. That wasn't even an option for them. They just told the truth, like word vomit. Yeah, they told police that they had tried to kill their friend Peyton Leutner. And so police asked why, and these girls told them that it was a sacrifice to Slender Man. So they told police all about Slender Man, because of course police don't know what's going on. So they said, tell me about this Slender Man and these rules and what you were doing for him. They told police all about how Slender Man has these servants, which are other young kids. They're called proxies, and he gets them to go out and murder for him. And Anissa told the police that one day Morgan had turned to her and said,
that's what her name is.
We should be proxies. And so Anissa was like, okay, how do we do that? And according to Anissa, Morgan turned to her and said, we need to kill Peyton. It's the only way that we can prove ourselves to Slender Man. It's part of the Slender Man law that once a child sacrifices another child to Slender Man, once these proxies kill another kid, they get to then go and live with him in the woods in this big mansion that he supposedly has in the middle of the woods. But there was another element to it, which I think is probably the strongest element, and that was that if you become a proxy and if you commit a sacrifice for Slender Man, then he will spare you. He won't kill you if you kill for him. There was a big fear factor to it. They wanted to be on Slender Man's safe side because remember, these girls genuinely believed in this. They believed that Slender Man could kill them and all of their families in a matter of seconds, and they felt that the only way to protect themselves and everyone that they loved was to kill someone else, was to appease Slender Man by sacrificing their best friend. So the girls told police absolutely everything about their whole plan, the whole attack, like they held absolutely nothing back. And they said that this actually wasn't their first attempt at killing Peyton. They tried a couple of times and it just kept going wrong. It had been planned long in advance that the two of them were gonna act on Morgan's birthday. That was Peyton's murder date set in their brains for a while before it happened. So that was the reason that Morgan wanted to go straight to sleep when they all got back to her house, because their plan was to wait until Peyton was asleep and then ambush her in the middle of the night, put tape over her mouth so she can't scream for help, and then they were going to slash her throat. But once Peyton fell asleep, the other two girls stayed up and they were going to go ahead with the plan, but then they got cold feet. And I don't know for what reason exactly. I think they just realised that they couldn't do this in the house. There was no way that they were going to be able to get away with this if they killed her in the house. There would be so much blood, they'd have to try and get rid of the body. There was just no way that they could do it there. And so that's when they made the plan to wake up the next morning and go to the park, so they could kill her there, leave the body there, and just leave that whole thing behind.
Did they really think about the body,
though? So when they left for
though?
the park the following morning,
They're 12.
Morgan and
Would
Anissa
they really think
had
that
packed
thoroughly?
a kitchen knife inside a backpack.
I believe that
Their
they've got
plan
cold
was to
feet,
kill
but I don't know if they've
Peyton
thought that
in the
far.
public bathrooms of the park. They were going to go there pretty much as soon as they got to the park.
But I mean, maybe they
And the
did,
plan
and that was
they
the
were gonna
reason
try and
why
knock her out, like,
she
hit her,
gave
knock her
the
out, make her
advice
unconscious,
that
and
she
then
would
drag her
hide
into
under
one
the
of toilet
leaves.
stalls and
That
stab
would,
her and kill her in there,
in a way,
and then just
hide
leave
the
her there
body.
and run off. But this didn't go to plan. They tried to go ahead with this plan. One of the girls, I believe, even hit Peyton to try and knock her out, but it didn't work. So they just hit her for no reason. And that was when girls told police about their plan B, which was the hide and seek game, where they managed to get Peyton to voluntarily lay down and cover her eyes, essentially. She couldn't see anything, so she was then just an easy target for them. I actually have a quote from one of Anissa's interviews, which is quite horrifying. She was talking about how they were going to send Peyton off to go and hide, and then she and Morgan were going to be like lionesses chasing down a zebra. The two of them pounced on her, pinned her down. Morgan got out that knife to go and stab her, and then at this point, I think the two girls started arguing about who was going to stab her. Morgan was very into it one minute and not the next. She was getting cold feet a lot throughout this process, and so she got this knife out, and all of a sudden, she didn't want to do it. She turned to Anissa, handed her the knife, and just said, I can't do it, you do it. You know where all the soft spots are. And so Anissa handed it back to her and said, no, you do it. Just go ballistic. And so she did. Morgan turned round and stabbed her best friend, Peyton Leutner, 19 times all over her body. A 12-year-old girl. In their police interviews, time and time again, Morgan and Anissa told police that they didn't want to kill Peyton. They didn't want to go through with that sacrifice, but they felt like they had to. They had to, or Slender Man was going to come for them. They thought that he was already stalking them, already watching them, and waiting for them to do this. And they thought that if they didn't do this, then he was going to get them. They thought that it was just a matter of time until he hurt them or their families, and so they needed to go ahead and sacrifice someone quick. And so police were saying, well, did you not realise what would happen if you killed your best friend, if you committed murder? And these girls said that they were much more scared of what would happen if they didn't kill Peyton and Slender Man came for them than if they did kill Peyton and then just went to prison. They would rather go to prison than get kidnapped and killed by Slender Man, who doesn't even exist. None of that even exists. So through all of these girls' interviews, police concluded that the main brains behind this attack was Morgan Geyser, and Anissa Weir was just a bit of a follower. She just said yes and was compliant with anything and everything Morgan wanted. They actually said that they highly doubt that Anissa Weir would have gone on to do anything like this had she never met Morgan. Morgan was the driving force, the persuasiveness behind getting her involved in this. Had she never met Morgan, she would have never committed an attack. And Morgan Geyser, by the way, in her police interviews, she was acting so weird. Like, not necessarily in the things that she was saying, but, okay, for example, she was left alone in one of the interview rooms at one point, and she gets up and starts dancing. She physically stands up, and she starts doing, like, some weird, like, little tap dance or something. You are in a police interview being accused of the attempted murder
of your best friend. Yeah, best friend, yeah.
Why are you dancing? What are you doing a tap dance for? But it was the things that Morgan was saying in her interviews. These are so chilling. I've got a couple of quotes, and they are some of the most chilling things I've ever heard from a true crime case. And I want to remind you, before I read these out, that she is 12 years old.
Right.
And she has just tried to kill her best friend, right? She said to the police, "It was weird. I felt no remorse. I thought I would." And when one of the officers asked her if she felt bad for stabbing Peyton, she responded, "I thought about it, but then I decided that remorse would get me nowhere. It's easier to live without regrets." Which is crazy. What do you mean? I thought about being remorseful about trying to kill my friend, but then I decided
you said
not
sorry
to.
too. So what are you talking about?
These girls, they decided to
this is so confusing. I'm still stuck on that sorry.
And on the Nisas, they didn't really find anything because, like I said, they think the brains behind all of this was Morgan. And Morgan's computer search history was very telling. Apparently there were a few suspicious searches, but I only have one specific one right here, and this is so on the nose. Morgan Geyser had Googled how to get away with murdering someone.
Of course. She searched it up.
They also found a sketchbook in her locker at school that was full of drawings of Slender Man. Like violent drawings of him as well, like depicting him actually killing children. This 12-year-old girl is drawing this creature murdering kids. Anyway,
oh, God.
Anyway, that was all the evidence that they managed to find against these two girls. Not that they really needed it because they had confessions, but anyway. So now it came to take this case to trial, and both of these 12-year-old girls were actually going to be tried as adults.
Adults? Whoa!
Why? Like, look, I'm not trying to defend these girls' actions in any way at all. Let me make that clear as day. What they did is horrific. But don't we have rules for a reason? Like, we try...
Okay, this is exactly what I was talking about earlier, where I was like, okay, maybe they got their life sentence a little bit because they're not being tried as adults, but they are being tried as adults. That's crazy. The thing is, okay, we're already at court, so she didn't die. She's still alive. Cool, great, lovely. I think this person's about to say the same thing that I'm going to say, and yet again, I am not defending this whatsoever. But there has been so many more drastic stabbings or attempt murders that were so horrifying that these children had to be tried as adults. But like she said, 19 stab wounds, but only 2 are fatal, like actually like really deep. Okay, that's 1. 2, she survived. That's another one. So it's like, I don't know. I really genuinely don't know. I don't know if I would actually have tried them as adults. But maybe I'm just missing something. I don't know. That's just a personal thing, though.
Kids as kids for a reason, and that's because they're kids, because they're 12 years old. I just think, kind of especially in the case of Anissa, where police even agreed that she was a follower, she was just doing everything that Morgan said, and she would have never acted like this had she never met Morgan. I don't know, something about her being tried as an adult doesn't feel entirely right, and I feel kind of weird saying that. And actually, when you find out that both of these girls, as part of their, court trial, whatever, they were both given psychiatric assessments, and they were both found to be mentally ill. They were both diagnosed with different mental illnesses. Morgan Geyser was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and it
just
turned
like
out
her
that
other
she
family
actually
member
had been seeing Slender Man this whole time. That was the majority of her hallucinations and delusions. I just tried to mash them together. The majority of her hallucinations was her seeing Slender Man. No wonder she believed all of this, because it was there in front of her eyes. Why would she not believe it? So of course she thought that he was a real danger to her and her family. And again, none of this is in defense of what she did.
So what I would probably do is,
but all of that,
if she
taken into consideration, they were both 12 years.
If she wasn't tried as an adult, what I would have saw this case being was that she would spend a maximum of 15, 20 years in prison with the psychiatric help. Is that the word I'm trying to say? And the therapy for the schizophrenia episodes. That's what I would do personally, and then we would see how she is from there. So I think she would need to probably get looked at again, maybe halfway through that sentencing. I think that makes sense, right? I mean, at least it does in my brain. Hi, Kala, what's up? And befriend No, we are not befriending Slender Man. Slender Man is not a thing. Slendy is not real.
Both mentally ill. Why are they being tried as adults? I just don't understand it. Logically, it doesn't make much sense to me, because we have these rules for a reason, and I feel like why... I don't get it, and I'm going to move on. The two of them both decided to plead guilty to their individual charges. Of course, they were very compliant all the way through this case. They confessed to everything. Both pled guilty. Anissa Weir was sentenced to 25 years to life in a psychiatric unit, and Morgan Geyser was sentenced to 40 years to life in a psychiatric unit.
Okay. Fair. That is okay. That's fair. So they still did get the help, like I said, that that should have happened. Got a little bit more longer than I thought they would, but that's only because they're being tried as adults. I was saying it in the case that they were being tried as the juveniles. So yeah, okay. This is fair. And the girl who didn't stab actually got half the sentence. So okay, so far this is fair.
Attack, Peyton Leutner, of course, suffered horrifically with both physical and mental issues following this attack. She would have breakdowns, nightmares. A lot of the time she would have to sleep in her mother's bed with her because she couldn't be alone. She was always paranoid. She couldn't trust anyone. Yeah. She struggled to make friends and do social things. She even, for years after this, she slept with scissors under her pillow every single night because she was so scared. And one of the most horrific things to come out of this case was actually copycat killings after it. People hearing about this case and thinking,
wow, that sounds cool. I'm gonna go do it.
Now. This has happened a few times. I don't know exactly how many there's been, but I have two specific ones to talk about. The first one actually happened only a few days after Peyton's case hit the news.
Whoa.
It was a 13-year-old girl who turned around and stabbed her own mother in an attempt to sacrifice her to Slender Man. And then a few months after that, there was a 14-year-old girl in Florida that set her own house on fire with her mother and her brother inside it.
Oh
again,
my.
Trying to sacrifice them to Slender Man. All of these people survived, by the way. All four of the victims of these Slender Man attacks have survived. In March of 2021, Anissa Weir appeared in court once again. At this point, she'd been in a psychiatric unit for like 4 years, nearly 4 years. And it was determined that she was no longer suffering with her mental illness. She made a lot of progress. She seemed like an entirely different girl to the one that had been sent to the psychiatric unit. And so the decision was made to release Anissa Weir. She served 3 years and 10 months in the psychiatric unit in total, and Morgan Geyser is still in the hospital to this day. But that is all I have on this case. Thank you so much for watching. And
oh my god, thank you. Okay. So, now that I know the majority of this case, it makes sense why she was released early. She was also the one that had, didn't really do anything, so by law, there's no real reason to keep her, especially since she was shown, had improvement. Morgan, though, she needs to stay her ass in jail. I don't even care. Yeah, okay. Wow. For once, in all of our freaking body cam true crime reactions, we actually have, fair videos. I haven't had to scream. I haven't had to yell at certain people, individuals. This is a shock. This never happened before. Normally our crime vids aren't this chill. But Yeah, okay. And it's 2:30. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 30 minutes, so yeah, I think we can end it here. I think that's fair. I'm really tired. It's 5 a.m. Just woke up. I'm dying. Why are you waking up? Go back to sleep, Callow. Silly. People are deranged. Motherfuckers don't understand the word fictional. They don't. But I feel like after all of this happened, I hope... Well, no, they didn't do this. Obviously, they didn't do this. But you would think that they would take these, like, creepypastas, these stories, these horror things, and, like, I don't know, restrict them. Anyone can go onto freaking Google and search up a random spooky story, and for younger kids, they will believe it till the end of time. Like, I'll expose myself right now, but like, as a kid, dude, I genuinely think, as a kid living in New York, I genuinely thought that Gotham was a thing and that superheroes are real, and I lived by that. I lived by that moment. I'm like, oh my god, one day I'm going to go to the city. I'm just gonna go to the city and I'm gonna meet Batman and the Joker's gonna be running around and it's gonna be crazy. Of course, my form of Delulu land is a little bit more acceptable rather than, you know, Slender Man, let's go out and kill people. But I just wish they, like, there's some sort of system that can monitor and make sure that most kids aren't getting onto, like, this information. Not even that, but the parents knew that they were watching these spooky stuff, and I feel like that could have also been a point of intervention, being like, hey, I understand that you like creepy things and all this stuff, but, like, you do know this isn't real, right? Like, and now that I'm thinking about it, it kind of, let me move over to the talking screen, because we're not gonna watch any more stuff, but, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like, the way that I grew up watching a lot of stuff, it wasn't really like horror things, and maybe that's why when we always watch stuff for like movie night or stuff, that it's just, there's so many things that I haven't watched, and that's just because my childhood was very monitored with the stuff that I watched. I don't watch horror movies, and there's no reason for me not to. It's just not something that was like, hey, let's watch this together type of stuff. You know what I mean? I didn't really start getting into like horror stuff until I was like in middle school and started listening to serial killer cases on Spotify podcasts in order to fall asleep. But yeah, very interesting. I haven't really thought about it like that. Parents also need to teach their kids the difference between fictional. Yes, absolutely, yes. Yes, they need to monitor. Exactly. People can take responsibility and monitor what the hell their kids are watching and make sure they're checked for mental illness. What the fuck? Agreed. Honestly, Morgan's family had previous schizophrenia family members, like I can't remember who it was, if there was her dad or grandpa, someone. But at that point, you should have been like, okay, let's just check everyone in the house, just be sure, you know what I mean? But, I mean, now we have, like, these things on social media. Well, it's kind of crazy because it's kind of getting worse. But let me finish my first thought. Now we have, like, on every form of like phone, tablet, laptop, a parent can have complete control over what the kid is watching and lock them out off of certain websites. That is a thing that people can use now. But also, what I was gonna say before my brain started splitting into two different ideas was that nowadays we have iPad kids, and my cousin, he's like, I don't even know, he's in kindergarten, and he has a fucking iPhone, he has a Nintendo Switch, he has a tablet, he has a laptop, and I kid you not, we don't have money for this. My family isn't that crazy, okay? I don't know where they're getting the money for this, though, but these kids nowadays are like I work at a Red Robin, right? And I can't tell you how many times I see like people coming in, like a nice family coming in, and these kids are stuck to their iPads, not looking up for a hot minute. And I'll walk past their table, and there's no talking, there's no conversation. Everyone is on their phones, on their electronics. It's just so crazy because this most definitely isn't something that I would I would do as a kid. This is not something that would actually fly. I would get slapped in the face if I brought my phone or my laptop or tablet, whatever, at the table. Like, I would have actually got beaten up. Like, there's no way. There's no way my parents would have allowed that. Yeah. Conversations are nice. Talk to your kids. What the fuck? Like, let them, please, like, look into their lives to see that they're not okay or that they are okay in any situation. Okay. Now that that's over. Let me see who's streaming right now. Haven't got into horror since 2016. I first got introduced to creepypastas. I see. I'm the one who, I'm the one that looks what my little brother is watching because he watches very weird stuff. And that's fair. That's honestly fair. Someone has to. I got into creepypastas without my parents' supervision around the age of 14, but I was raised the right way. Some people literally have no control over their kids. Facts, literally, yeah. I watched some people talk creepypastas around that age until I was ready to do it on my own. Gotcha. Okay. Keto is streaming. The Ready Thing is streaming. Mr. Greatness is streaming. Jerry is streaming. Bubble is streaming, as well as Loki is streaming. Loki's playing Chain Together. Who is she playing Chain Together with? I'm not quite sure, actually. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Mr. Greatness has been streaming for about 3 hours. I don't know if he's gonna end. He's also showing his schedule right now, so I think
she's back, and then ended off with Dark and Darker the following day.
He might be ending.
Check out the socials. I post content frequently on.
Give it a year or two, and I'll be over you. I'll be blaming me, stupid me, fuck my life. Okay, I guess we'll raid Jerry. I don't want to raid Mr. Greatness and then he just ends up like ending a stream. That'd be so horrible. I've done that way too many times. So we'll raid Jerry. I feel like everyone should know Jerry at this point, but if you don't know Jerry, he's a pretty cool guy. He's playing Hunt. Oh, and Wasabi's there too. Everyone, when you go into the chat, be like, Wasabi stream when? You think he'll be mad? But anyways, if you can't watch all of Jerry's stream, just leave an emote and be on your merry way. If you like Jerry as much as I do, make sure to follow him. I'll do it. Yes, no, literally go into the chat and be like, Wasabi stream when we all go in. Okay, that's the plan. That's the plan. All right. Even if you don't know wasabi, wasabi is literally spelled like the actual wasabi. Like, you know what I mean? Like, say wasabi stream when. Hold on. Wasabi stream when. And then like end it with like some sort of emote. And then it doesn't even have to be one of mine. It doesn't even need to be one of mine. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. But anyways, I'm not streaming tomorrow. I think I have a break for tomorrow. Friday, I'm going to be streaming Content Warning though with Kez, Sal, and M. And then I think it's the last stream of the week. But yeah, I think that's all I have. Oh yeah, also I made my posts for the song cover to be released next week. I guess. We'll see how that works. Anyways, hope you have a great day or a great night, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye!